we learn about the DMAC. And if you are willing to stay for another half an hour, I will talk about the roadmap of implementing Lean and Six Sigma in the organization. So that will give you a good idea about how to launch Lean and Six Sigma in your own organization, or if you're a consultant, or if you want to become a consultant, how you can launch Lean and Six Sigma in any organization. So I think still, if you have time, and if you still wait for more time, because I have got a lot of time, then I can even talk about Lean implementation in hospital or healthcare. In fact, Lean can be applied in any industry. And today I see a lot of people from healthcare. So towards the end, I'm not committing on that. But if you are interested, I also have done a specific program on Lean and Six Sigma in healthcare. I've also done specific program on CPHQ, Certified Professional and Healthcare Quality. Please join my programs. They are all free programs. CPHQ, Certified Professional and Healthcare Quality, 2 hours introduction. If you are interested, please do join and let me know, or let my team know if you are interested in joining. I'll be telling you about the dates, next scheduled webinar for that as well. So thanks a lot. Again, going back to the agenda, let me introduce myself and the organization. So this is a formal welcome to everyone. These are some videos which are there. I use my videos as well so that it helps me to speed up the whole thing.
Hi, welcome to Anexas. Anexas has been consulting and training the professionals in the organizations around the world since 2006, and we have trained more than 150,000 people and consulted for more than 500 organizations, which includes Fortune 100 organizations too. I'm Amitabh Saxena, and I have designed this program based on my 30 years of experience while working in various industries across many domains. The whole Anexas team once again joins me in welcoming you.
So once again, a warm welcome to you. Quickly, I will tell about the organization. We have trained lots of people, more than 200,000 people around the world. And to prove that, of course, I've been part of that. And to prove that, I have clicked some photographs, and I'll be showing you these photographs. About me, I'm a chemical engineer, MBA Finance. I used to work very hard. When I graduated in 1990, I joined a company where I used to work for 12 hours in one shift and continuously six days a week. But I was not earning enough. And of course, I thought of improving my salary. And one of the ways to improve the salary I heard was doing certification. One fine day, our company told that there is some Lean and Six Sigma training launched, and they are going to nominate top 10 high performers in the organization to those trainings. So I thought that I am one of those top 10 performers, but unfortunately, the organization did not think so. And I was not nominated. After some time, I waited for the next batch, but it never happened. But one thing I saw, which was good, that these people who had attended the training program, when they came back after the training, they were able to make a very positive impact on the organization. They were able to improve the processes. They were able to do improvement projects. So I thought I would like to develop this capacity as well. So I researched and found where these training programs and certifications are happening. And those days, there were very few. I'm talking about around 25 years ago. And I invested a little bit of money. I traveled to those places. I attended those training. I got the certification. And then after that, as I said before you, I'm a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, data scientist, PMP, CPHQ, with 33 years of experience, and consulted for more than 200 organizations, and which also includes 15 Fortune 100 companies. Companies like Aramco, SABIC, ADNOC, King Fahd Medical City, International Medical Center, Beijing Hospital, Ferrari World, Warner Brothers, Steel Authority of India, Bharat Petroleum, Indian Railways, Saudi Railways, American Railways, National Healthcare Service in UK, etc. Lots and lots of companies. And I've guided lots of projects, and I've been speaker in many conferences, appeared on TV shows, and also I can tell you why I'm telling you all these things, because I think you can achieve this and much more, much more than me, because opportunities are more than what I had during those days. You will be today learning not only from my experience, but also from what my students have achieved. And they have also taught me. So 25 years ago, those students who have attended my training program, they are still in touch with me, and they keep telling me about the recent trends. And I will try to pass on this information. Of course, the 2 hours is a very, very short time. In fact, as I'm asking, please make it 2.5 hours. Please make it 2.5 hours, and it will be really, really beneficial for you, because I'll be able to share some case studies as well. While during these 2 hours, I'm conducting the training program, I'll be teaching you lots of tools, and we will be applying these tools and techniques to real life situations. And of course, as I told you, just to prove that that I have done training programs worldwide. These are some worldwide training programs. I take pride in telling you that the first ever Lean and Six Sigma Black Belt in whole of Middle East or Gulf was conducted by me in 2006 and 7. So this is something on record. A lot of newspapers, they covered it, etc. And today we are a very, very good brand name in Middle East, Europe, India, and Australia too. So Australia, we have started our operations around 2 years ago, and we have done a lot of good work. Philippines, we have got clients. I see a lot of people joining from Philippines, Africa, Nigeria, everywhere, US. So lots of photographs to prove that different countries, different types of industries. Lean Six Sigma is applicable to all industries. Also won some awards in different forums, and also appeared on TV shows. Z Business show had us for almost 13 episodes. We did on business excellence. And Shekhar Suman, who's a very famous, earlier he was a Bollywood hero, now he's a TV show host. He had, along with me, we discussed lots of stuff in a story format, and all these episodes are available on YouTube. Well, ASQ conferences.
On 21st of May 2019, I'm going to speak.
Lots and lots of things. Indian Railways. We have got
an honor
lots and lots
to have railways as our clients. Anexas को बड़ी खुशी है कि हमारे पास रेलवेज हमारा एक क्लाइंट है, और सबसे मज़े की बात यह है कि रेलवेज को जो सप्लाई करता है डीजल, भारत पेट्रोलियम, वो भी हमारा क्लाइंट है। और जो कैरेजेस बनते हैं, जो डब्बे बनाए जाते हैं, BEML बनाता है, और BEML भी हमारा क्लाइंट है। और स्टील अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया जो व्हील्स बनाता है, जो इनके पहिए बनाता है, वो भी हमारा क्लाइंट है। और राष्ट्रीय केमिकल्स फर्टिलाइजर जो फर्टिलाइजर्स बनाता है।
So basically lots of clients. Yeah. Well, I think now you are convinced that I really know Lean Six Sigma. And I keep writing articles. I've written books, and I have also written articles in Times of India, Gulf News, Dainik Bhaskar, etc. Series of business excellence articles I've been publishing over the last 15 years. Deputy Health Minister of Saudi Arabia, Dubai, India, some ministers, and lots of other dignitaries. They had been our students, so they have attended our training programs. Well, so let us talk about now Lean Six Sigma benefits. Can you tell me what is similar? What do you see? What are the similarities? What are the things you see are similar here? A manufacturing company improves production by 30%. A hospital reduces discharge time of patients from 3 hours to 15 minutes. 64% reduction in recruitment time in a multinational company. Hotel improves customer experience. So what are the similar? So Noel says improved performance, and almost Cherry, Jack, Mark, Anthony, and so many of you, Amir, almost everyone is right. Rahul, Magda, everyone is right. And yes, they are all talking about improvement, but one more common thing is that they are all Lean and Six Sigma projects. So if you ask me, in 2 sentences, define Lean and Six Sigma, what I will say Lean Six Sigma is a methodology to improve processes in the company through projects. So what we do, we convert the improvement opportunities in the company into projects, and then we execute these projects. What is the basic definition of a project? The basic definition of a project is it has a starting point and it has an end point. It doesn't exist after some time. It's a one-time endeavor, right? So you identify the improvement opportunities in your company and convert them into projects, and then execute these projects. These projects are executed by green belts and black belts. And we have done multiple projects in multiple companies, as I was talking about. Almost all domains. It includes airline industry, it includes steel industry, it includes car manufacturing industry, it includes automobiles, it includes fertilizer industry, it includes oil industry, and whatnot. Entertainment industry. Yeah. So what does Lean Six Sigma stand for? It stands for reducing your costs, reducing the defects, reducing the waste, reducing the rework, reducing the cycle time, and improving the quality, efficiency, productivity, customer satisfaction, capacity, profitability, resilience. And which CEO would not love a person who can help them achieve all these things? So green belt and black belt is that person, green belt or black belt. He or she is that person who can achieve all of these things. So I'm going to tell you how you can achieve all these things. Well, let us hear. Let us hear. Okay, before that, would you like to know the history of Six Sigma? If you would like to know, I'll play a short video. Okay, so many of you are telling yes. Okay, yes. Then Kumar, Daniel, Rahul, of course. Okay. So let me show you about history. And this, I'll just use my video. And my videos are all available on Anexas YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the videos. So if you want, you can have all these videos.
Improvement projects in the organization by choosing improvement opportunities and converting these improvement opportunities into projects. It all started in Motorola when Bob Galvin, the CEO, took a challenge saying that I would like to improve everything by 5 times in the organization. And he was told about some statistical tools and techniques which Bill Smith and Michael Harry were using to improve the processes. Bob Galvin was so much impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing, he told them to develop a methodology which, if applied to the organizational processes, can improve the processes. So he was particularly impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing. They were choosing improvement projects. Now, what is the definition? As I told you, definition of a project is it has a starting point, it has an end point, it doesn't exist after some time. So Bill Smith and Michael Harry would translate the improvement opportunities in the organization to projects, and applying tools and techniques of statistics, they would find the root causes of the problem, and then after solving the root causes of the problem would impact the organizational bottom line. Both of them developed Six Sigma DMAC methodology. They started training the green belts and black belts. Green belts and black belts were the people who could fight all the quality related problems in the organizations. Six Sigma brought in a lot of benefits for Motorola, and it also won Malcolm Baldrige Award in 1988. Jack Welch of GE was so much impressed with this methodology that he told his employees that you would not be promoted if you are not a green belt. So everyone wanted to be a green belt, everyone started doing projects. Then GE started telling their vendors and suppliers that if you want to have business from GE, you need to implement Six Sigma. So vendors also started asking what is Six Sigma, and GE would say that we will send our master black belts and train you in this methodology. So in this manner, Lean Six Sigma spread out around the world, and today almost 80% of the Fortune 100 companies and many, many more companies around the world have implemented Six Sigma and Lean.
Actually, Lean started in Toyota, but I'll not talk much about that because that history would be, again, it will take another 5-10 minutes. But For the time being, let us jump into understanding what is Lean and Six Sigma. Okay. Now, to understand what is Lean and what is Six Sigma, I'll have to give you a background. For Lean, I would give you a background or some basic information for 5 minutes. And then I will define Lean in just 3 sentences. Similarly, if you ask me to define Six Sigma in just 3 sentences, I would have to give you a background for almost 15 minutes. And after that, I'll be able to define Six Sigma so that you can understand easily. So Lean is about mapping the process. Mapping the process as it is means you have to go to the workplace. You have to see how the things are taking place and then map the process. Now, when you map the process, it has to be as is process, not the ideal process, not the way you had designed. You have to map the way people are executing those steps. Okay, so please understand that part. So in Lean, we map the processes. Also, you have to develop a systems thinking. Now, let me give you, as I told you, it will be a good idea to talk about a little bit of, give you a background, because not many people have got the process excellence background, or not many people have got the statistical background. So I'll be taking care of both the things. Imagine about your organization. Think of your own organization, whatever your organization is. And I am drawing the system map of all the organizations in the world. So think of your own organization. You have got multiple departments. If you are thinking about your department, even that is okay. You can think about yourself also, and that is okay. So a systems map can be drawn for an organization. A systems map could be drawn for a department, or systems map could be drawn for a group of individuals, or systems map can be drawn for an individual also. So for the time being, think of your organization, and I'm sure your organization has got different departments, and all of them collectively produce an output. And this output could be either a product or a service. There is no third kind of output. So you have either a product as an output or a service. If you are manufacturing cars, then your output is a product. If you are a bank or if you are a hospital, your output is a service. Now, how you produce these output? Through a series of steps. A repetitive series of steps is known as a process. Anything which you are repeating again and again, multiple times, maybe during the whole day or during the whole hour, maybe sometimes every minute as well, is known as a process. So if you are producing car, step number 1, 2, 3, 4, and out comes the car. See, this process will need some inputs, right? So inputs like raw material, information, data, staff, people, these are all inputs to a process. And these inputs get processed through a series of steps and produce an output. This output goes to the customer. This output goes to the customer. Yeah. And the output, which is a product or a service, customer makes a judgment about that output based on certain measures. Now, you can't manage or you can't improve if you cannot measure. So every output will have certain measures, and 3 measures are almost common for all products or service. Think of your own product, think of your own service. The 3 measures will always be interesting for the customers. One is the time, the cycle time. time taken to deliver that material or service, or cycle times, time taken to complete an activity, time. Another is the quality, means that number of errors. How do you measure that? Through the number of errors or defects. And the third is the cost. Now, these three measures will always be there. Apart from that, there would be some more measures. Like, for example, if you're producing chocolates, then weight of the chocolate could be one of the measures. So I'm talking about measures. And these measures are known as critical to quality characteristics. Critical to quality characteristics. In short, we can call them as CTQs. CTQs, critical to quality characteristics. So what are CTQs? CTQs are measures on the output, on the product or a service. Okay. Now let us go back to our customer. Once the customer receives your output, customer will give a feedback. They will give a feedback about your output. They will also tell you their demand for the next week or the next month. It could be for service or a product. And then your strategy department or the planning department or scheduling department, as the case may be. If you're talking about the organization, if you have thought of your organization, then it would be strategy department. If you are making the system map for your department, then this will be your planning or scheduling department. They would inform the suppliers. They would inform the suppliers to provide the inputs, the raw materials, the data, the information, the people, the skills needed, so that they could be processed again through the series of steps to produce an output, which goes to the customer, and customers give the feedback. And again, the planning and strategy, changes happen, and they will keep informing the departments also about change of policies or procedures if required, based on the feedback from the customer. Are you with me up to here? This is known as systems map, or also known as value stream mapping. This is also known as value stream mapping. Why it is known as value stream mapping? It tells you how the value is created for the customer. Now, please remember, customer is not only the customer who is receiving your output. Customer is also sometimes your internal customer. For example, department number 2, the internal customer is department number 3. 3 is the internal customer. Similarly, the senior management or the shareholders are also customers of the organization. Okay. So you have to talk about almost all the stakeholders. Everyone is known as stakeholders, the employees, the people, the customer, the supplier, the government. They all have a stake in the whole system. They have a stake in the organization. So that is why customer. Now let us think about the final customer. This customer is always looking for value. The customers are always looking for value. They are not interested. The customers are not interested in the product or service. I'm sorry to tell you, customers are not interested in the product and service. Customers are interested in the value which is derived from the product or service. Yeah. Customers are interested in the value. Say, for example, if you are selling car to a customer, customer is not interested in the car. Customer is interested in the value derived from the car. The real interest lies, like he is able to transport himself. If it's a luxury car, then it would be, it will be associated with this prestige maybe. Or look at this training right now, you are my customer. So what is the value you are looking at? You are looking at a value of enhanced skills about process improvement tools and techniques. Today, you are here to learn some tools and techniques which you can use to improve in your organizational processes so that your organization is impressed with you and maybe they may increase your value. So in a way, you are here to gain knowledge. The gaining knowledge is the real value. You're not interested in the training program or the certification, etc. You are interested in the real value is that. Enhance the skills so that you can prove yourself, your worth increases. As a professional, your worth increases. Now, to produce this value, I'm talking about the value, not the output, not the product, not the service. To produce that value as perceived by the customers, you are following series of steps. And these steps are not limited to your process 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the value is created through the series of steps, but value is also created with the feedback of the customer. Value is also created with the planning and strategy department. By the planning and strategy department, value is also created by the suppliers, by the inputs being processed through the series of steps. And this is how the stream of value flows. That is why it is known as value stream mapping. What I'm mapping is how the value flows throughout the whole system. Now, if the value is flowing throughout the system continuously without any interruption, we say the system is healthy. Like, for example, a healthy person, the breathing is very continuous, uninterrupted. But when the person is unhealthy, you will find that breathing gets affected. Similarly, if the flow is continuous in the process, your system is healthy. But if there are interruptions, I'll give an example of an interruption. There could be many examples, but let me give one example. Let us say that department number 2 is fast and department number 3 is slow. What will happen? 2 is quickly processing the material, but 3 is not able to do that. You will have work in process inventory. There will be a queue. It could, if it's a bank, desk number 2 to desk number 3, you'll see before the desk number 3, there's a huge number of files waiting to be processed. If it's a hospital, there will be lot of queues, patients waiting for them to be treated. If it is a manufacturing industry, there will be huge work in process inventory between 2 and 3. These are known as diseases of the process. This is an inventory. This is a queue. There's a delay. It is not adding any value to the whole system. Okay. Similarly, it could be one more thing, like let's say you are committing a mistake at station number 1. This mistake gets carried over to 2. You further process that mistake or an error, and this goes to number 3. You further enhance on that, and then further goes to 4. Think of any organization. You can think of manufacturing, or you can think of, let's say, services. Think of a bank. If you commit a mistake right in the application form, it goes on getting processed, and this error gets enhanced as you proceed further. If you're talking about chocolates, and if there is a defect in the input, that defect gets carried over throughout the system. And imagine how much waste is produced in the whole process. The customer is not happy with any waste. So when the customer sees anything which is being done by the organization, which is not adding any value to the organization, we call it as a waste. We call it as a muda. Muda means waste in Japanese. So when you produce value to the customer, you have to only perform those activities which are adding value as perceived by the customer, not as perceived by you. Now, when customer is willing to pay for some step, then you will say this is value added activity. And when the customer is not willing to pay for the step, you say this is non-value added activity. This is NVA. This is a waste. So there are 7 or 8 types of wastes. I will talk about them. I will just briefly mention. This is a yellow belt training program. In my green belt training program, I talk about all the things in detail, and you are most welcome to attend my green belt training program. If you attend for 2 hours and 2.5 hours in if possible, then I'll give you all the details of my green belt training program and black belt training program and even master black belt training program. We are one of the few organizations in the world which also conducts master black belt training program. Master black belt will enable you to become a trainer, to become a consultant. Green belt will enable you to do improvement projects. Black belt will enable you to do some more complicated improvement projects. And of course, master black belt will enable you to do improvement in the whole organization, spearhead the improvement initiative in the whole organization, or as a consultant, you can consult multiple organizations. So now, this was about value stream mapping. Now you have got a good background to understand what is lean. Okay. One more thing, to prevent those mistakes, there's a technique called Pokayoke. Pokayoke means mistake proofing. Even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. Even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. I will typically, although it will be like jumping the slides, but because I'm talking about it, let me, it was coming up a little later, but I don't know whether I'll have time or not. So I will show you right away in a hospital, an example. Yeah. What is Pokayoke? Pokayoke means even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. In Japanese, it means foolproofing. Even a foolish person cannot commit a mistake. So, in a rice cooker, even if you forget to switch off the electricity at the right time, still automatically it gets switched off. So, never it will happen that rice gets burned. Similarly, in some of the hospitals. See, I've got examples from automobile industries also. I've got examples from manufacturing industries also. So I will pull out some of the examples from different industries as we proceed. And we'll be also doing a project. Now, because people are from different industries, I will take up an improvement project, which in a process, which is applicable to all the industries. So don't worry about that. Yes, so coming back. So some of the things, even by mistake, it will not happen. Like, for example, not everyone is from healthcare industry, so I'll just maybe give a simple example. But by the way, I think everyone is going to the hospital. So in case of a IT system, you cannot, even if you want to put some abnormal values, you cannot put. The system will not accept. This is an example of Pokayoke. You cannot interconnect oxygen cylinder with nitrogen cylinder. Imagine what will happen if that happens. You're interconnecting, instead of oxygen cylinder, you're giving nitrogen cylinder. It's a big blunder. So you cannot connect. Why? Because the connectors are different. So that is an example of Pokayoke. Similarly, fixed number of packages during the surgery so that you don't forget anything. The surgeon will not forget anything. It's a fixed number, right? Complete catheter kits for insertion so that you don't forget anything. Pre-packaged medication cart with correct dosage so that you don't commit a mistake. These are some examples of Pokayoke. Now let us go back. I jumped to some slides so that because I was doing I was making I was mentioning about Pokayoke. So Pokayoke is one technique used in lean. Now I am ready. Okay, before that, let me also tell you so that it will ease my subsequent lecture. What is the definition of a problem? For a customer, what is the definition of a problem? The definition of a problem is customer is unhappy about one of the CTQs of the output. He's either unhappy about the time, means delay, or the defects, or the cost, or anything else. Like it could be weight, it could be length, it could be width. If you are talking about oil, it could be boiling point. It could be, if you are talking about the theme park, it would be customer experience. It could be anything. It is a measure. Customer always gives you, even if he or she doesn't give you, but you have to figure out what are the lower specification limit set by the customer or upper specification limit set by the customer. Lower specification limit set by the customer and upper specification limit set by the customer. Now, for example, let's say you are manufacturing chocolates. So the chocolate, the package, the weight of the chocolate, let us say it should be 100 grams plus minus 3 grams. So what is the lower specification limit? 100 minus 3 grams, which is 97 grams. And what is upper specification limit? 100 plus 3 grams, which is 103 grams. So this is the specification limit set by the customer. And if I'm not within the specification limit, customer is unhappy. If I give more chocolate, customer is happy. If I give less chocolate, my other customer, the management, and that is happy. Yeah. So customers are unhappy if I go beyond the specification. So I hope you understood. I hope you understood. Up to here, you are with me. Yeah. Right. So now we have understood the organization. Now we have understood the system. And as a process improvement specialist, as a manager, as a professional, forget about being a process improvement specialist. You are working in an organization as a professional. As a professional, you have to develop systems thinking. You should not have a silo thinking. Silo thinking means this is my department. I will belong to department number 2. I will do my job. I don't care what's happening in number 1 or number 3. I've been assigned these some work or some jobs, and I'll complete and I'll feel happy about it. If I've done my job, I'm 100% in my KPIs. I don't even care about what's happening in the organization. Whether the external customer is happy or unhappy doesn't matter. This is known as silo thinking. But unfortunately, the external customer makes a judgment about your organization based on your product or service, and it cuts across. It is as a result of a process. It cuts across all the departments. So the process is the one which the customer is concerned about. He's not concerned about your department or your own KPI. Customer will make a judgment about your organization based on the process which cuts through across all the departments. So you have to improve your processes. And problems are not in the people. Problems are not in the people. Problems are in the processes. I'm not saying this. Dr. Edward Deming, who was a great quality guru, he said that 85% of the problems are due to the processes. Only 15% is contributed by the people. So what you should do in order to improve the quality of your output, in order to make customers happy, what you need to do? You have to change the process. Change the process, and you will see the same people are delivering great results. Change the process, the same people will give you better quality. It is easier to change the people. It is easier to change the process rather than people. It is very difficult to change the people, right? But it's very easy to change the process. So focus on changing the process in order to make the customer happy. And that is much easier. Changing the people is very difficult. I had lunch with my friend last Sunday. I met him after 35 years. After school, first time we were meeting. He told me that you are the same person. I also told him you are the same person. It looks as if we are meeting after just 1 or 2 days. I'm meeting him after 35 years. So when he can find no change in me and I cannot find any change in him, forget about changing your employee by thinking that I'll provide some training to him. His attitude will change. No, nothing. Change the process. The same employee will deliver excellent results. And all the improvement tools and techniques in organization for organizations in Lean and Six Sigma, they are all based on processes. So that is why we call it as process excellence. We are talking about process excellence. All these are tools and techniques of process improvement. Now, once we have understood this, now we are ready to define what is Lean and what is Six Sigma. By the way, a lot of things are coming up. You can view my recording any number of times afterwards. If you attend this program for 2 hours, 15 minutes, all the recordings, whole recording will be given to you. And I'll try to cover things, as many things as possible. So I will be going a little fast, and excuse me for that. The reason being, I want to give you lots of tools and techniques. And if you find it a little speedy, then in that case, you can rewind it later on and watch the recording any number of times. And you will always find meaning. When you rewind it, whatever you have missed out, you will find the meaning and you will get your answers. I promise that. So let us go back to where we left. Okay. So lean, definition of lean in 3 sentences. Map the process as it is. As it is. Now, when you are mapping the process as it is known as Gemba. Gemba, in Japanese, we call it as Gemba. Gemba means go to the field, go to the place of action. Okay. So my lean definition. Map the process as it is by doing Gemba investigation. Identify the wastes or non-value added activities in the process. Try to remove them or reduce them as much as possible, thereby reducing the cycle time. And identify where the errors are happening and apply pokayoke on it. That is known as lean. So what is lean? Map the process, reduce the waste, reduce the cycle time, reduce the errors. That is what is lean. As simple as that. No complications. No of course, to understand this whole thing, you have to have a little bit of background of system thinking, cutting across the department, processes, understanding what is process, what is importance of process rather than individuals and departments. All these mindset will help you to achieve lean thinking. Okay. And what are the 7 or 8 types of waste? I'll not go into the details. I have got a video, detailing on that. All these videos are available. I will be giving you some links. You can store these links and you can watch those videos later on. So this whole Yellow Belt training program becomes almost 5 to 6 hours because I'll be giving you a lot of content. And each link, each topic is very, very useful. Please watch them. Whenever you get time, please watch. In fact, I would say invest your today, invest your day today. If you're not doing anything else in the next 3 to 4 hours, watch these videos, and I can tell you it will transform your professional life. Well, what are the different wastes or types of waste or muda? Overproduction. If you are producing more than that, it will lead to inventory. You'll have to store that inventory. You have to spend money on it. Waiting time, any type of waiting time is a waste. Transportation, unnecessarily transporting the material from one place to another place is a waste. Similarly, if you are talking about over-processing, giving to the customer more than what is required is a waste. Inventory, rework, anything starting with re is a waste. Anything starting with re is a waste. Rework, review, inspection, checking, approvals, all are waste. They are not adding any value to the customer. Okay. Underutilized resources. Resources which are underutilized means you are giving ideas, the organization is not listening to you. It is waste of intelligence of the staff. You hire a PhD person and give him data entry job. That is a waste of the intelligence of that staff or the resource. So if you are committing those mistakes, stop and enhance the value to the customer. You'll always find that the best of the best organizations which produce good quality, they don't have inspections. They don't have inspectors because they produce the good quality consistently. They don't have to check their product. They don't have to check their output. Well, so this is all about lean. Now let us talk about Six Sigma. To understand Six Sigma and give you the full definition of what is Six Sigma, I'll have to again spend around 10 to 15 minutes with you. Now, okay, let us go back to our chocolate, which we were manufacturing. Okay. Let us say I represent the upper specification limit and lower specification limit of my chocolate. So customer says, give me a chocolate with a weight of 100 plus minus 3 grams. So lower specification limit becomes 97 grams and upper specification limit becomes 103 grams. I hope you understood this. LSL, I'm not writing the full form of LSL. It is specification limit. Lower specification limit, I'll just write specification so that you remember that. Later on, you should not confuse that with LCL, which is control limit. I'm going to talk about that also later on. Lower specification limit, upper specification limit. Now I'm going to teach you some complex tools and techniques. I hope you are ready for that. Yeah, I hope you are a brave heart. I'm going to teach you some statistics, some high-end statistics. In fact, generally I teach this to green belts and black belts, but in yellow belt also I take the risk. I'm sure you will understand. And if you don't understand, please rewind and watch again. You will definitely understand. So up to here, you are with me. Now, let us think of three companies. One is the green company. So I'll go with the green color. Company A, green company. Average of these chocolates produced by this company, it is 100. Most of the chocolates are, if I make a histogram, if I collect 30 samples, 30 chocolates, samples of 30 chocolates from this particular company, I find that most of them are at 100 grams, but some of them are having 101 also. Some of them are having 102 also. Some of them are having 103 also. Some of them are 104 also. Some of them are going 106 also. But very few. And similarly, here also, this is the situation. So this company is producing chocolates between 94 grams to 106 grams. Now tell me, are the customers happy or not? Are the customers happy or not? Anything which goes beyond the specification limit makes the customer unhappy. Now, instead of showing this as a histogram, I can also show this as a probability distribution curve. What is a probability distribution curve? If I just collect 30 samples, I can very easily predict about the whole population. If I just collect 30 chocolates, if I collect just 30 chocolates, it can give you information about 100,000 chocolates which are producing during the whole day. Trust me, this is possible. This is coming from Gaussian theorem. Mr. Gauss, in 17th and 18th century, he found that all the repetitive processes, they follow normal distribution. They follow, it is known as normal distribution because it is normal to obtain a normal distribution. Yeah. So they follow normal distribution, something like this, a bell-shaped curve. So just collecting 30 samples will give me an indication about what is happening in the whole process. And this process is producing defects, means it is going beyond the 97 here, and it is also going beyond the 103. These are known as defects. This company is producing errors. This company is producing defects. Let's say it is producing 10% defects here, and it is producing 10% defects here. Very easily we can calculate the percentage. I'm not going to cover this part in this training, but in my green belt and black belt session, we tell you how to estimate. In fact, everything is now software based. So very easily in one click, you can get all your percentages. You can get your probability values, etc. Very, very easy. You have to understand the high-level concepts. That's more important rather than going into the details. No calculations required nowadays. You have softwares. I will demonstrate one software. When you go to my green belt or black belt training programs, I teach you these softwares. And we provide you these softwares also, by the way. And you can analyze any data in your organization in just few seconds, few clicks. But to understand those graphs and charts, you have to have a theoretical knowledge. And that is why I'm trying to give you the theoretical knowledge as much as possible before I even demonstrate all these things to you. Now, let us look at another company. Let's call it as, let's say, a blue company. So blue company, it is also average. On an average, it is really doing good. On an average, it is really doing good. But the variation is a little low. So for example, 100, then sometimes it goes to 101, 102, and 103. And here also, it is going up to 101, 102, and 103. And here it is going up to 99, 98, and 97. Now tell me, company B is better or company A is better? Yep. Company B is better because the probability of producing the defects is very, very low. It is still producing error, but it is maybe 1% here and maybe 1% here, right? These are the defects. The ones marked in red are defects. And then let us think about another company. Another company, let us call it as, let's say, oh. So I've got a company, let us call it as yellow company. Yellow company. Let's use yellow color. So this is C, company C. Here also average is 100, means almost everyone, I'm assuming that average is 100. Now tell me, what is the probability of defects in this company? Probability of committing mistakes in this company? Very, very low, very, very low. Almost zero, almost. See, it won't be zero because this curve actually never touches the x-axis. So in a way, I can say that the errors would be very, very low. I can say 0.001%. And here also 0.001%. Okay. So here it is 10%, it is 1%, it is 0.00. Probability of committing an error or a defective or giving a defective material in this company C is so low. Do they require any inspectors? Do they require any checking? Do they require any approvals? They don't require anything. They will not have any inspectors. Company A will have inspectors because company A is also supplying material to the customers, isn't it? So what they will do, they will rework this part and they will rework this part. They would have 20 inspectors sitting at the end of the machine, at the end of the line, and then they will sort it out. Anything below 97 or anything above 103, it will be unpacked and again reworked. Lot of money. Salary of inspectors on top of a rework cost. Company A's cost will be higher, production cost will be higher, and where it will be recovering this production cost, it will be recovering from customers. Customers are paying for their inefficiency. And what about company C? Their costs of production is very low. That means company C will be able to produce at a very low cost. That is why better quality is associated with low cost. Quality is free. Whatever you spend on quality, it comes back to you as cost savings. So in general, quality becomes free. It's free to you. So for example, if you find your process is producing too many defects, try to reduce the variation in your process. Now coming back to Mr. Gauss. Yeah, coming back to Mr. Gauss. Mr. Gauss found that almost all the repetitive processes in the world, repetitive process, repetitive means you're producing a car again and again, you're treating a patient again and again, you're opening a bank account again and again, you're serving a customer in your theme park or or in your hotel again and again, you're checking in the customer again and again. These are all processes, and our organization is full of processes, and our customer is unhappy with the output of the process. Our customer is happy with one of our product or service, and they are unhappy about one of the measures. Now, when I want to improve the quality, when I want to make customer happy, what I need to do? I need to change the process. Where I need to change the process, I have to analyze the process. I have to find the root cause. Measures on the output, they are denoted by Y. Measures on the output, they are denoted by Y. And the measures on X factors, measures on inputs and processes, they are denoted by X. X factors, we call them X factors. So measures on inputs, measures on processes, they are known as X factors. And we also say that Y is function of X. Means if you want to improve your output, if you want to make your customer happy, focus on the X factors, focus on the inputs, Don't worry about the output. Do not worry about the output. Worrying about the output will only give you stress. You can't do anything about the output. If your delays are there, you can't do anything about the delays. You can just worry about that. If the number of customer complaints is high, you can just monitor that. Can you do anything about it? No. It is history. Last month's customer complaints are 233. It's all history. You can't do anything. But customer complaints are actually getting affected by the training which I provide to my staff. Training is in my control. So focus on X factors rather than thinking about the Y. Thinking about the result is not going to give you anything except stress. Focus on X factors which are in your control. So that is why we, in the analyze phase, we will be focusing on the X factors. So now, have you understood up to here? Going back to our Gaussian theorem, Mr. Gauss. Coming back to Mr. Gauss. Mr. Gauss found that most of the repetitive processes in the world, and most of your processes are repetitive. So that means almost all of your processes, they follow normal distribution. Normal distribution. Now it has got certain characteristic. It has got an average and it has got a standard deviation. Right? Now standard deviation, I will not be covering here in the details of standard deviation and how to calculate the standard deviation. I'll not be covering here, but I have got a video. I have an answer to everything. I've got a video. Please watch that video if you are interested. Later on, you can watch this video later on. You can understand what is standard deviation, what is the essence of standard deviation. I have even derived the formula for standard deviation using very simple day-to-day life example. So please watch that. Okay, please watch that at a later stage. And please store these links. They are very useful for you. And it will open up your mind. Today's program, you will not be the same person after 2 hours. By the way, it's almost 1 hour. So after 1 hour, you will not be the same person. Your mindset will change. As a yellow belt, only I can do is I can just change your mindset. I cannot give you the capability of changing the process because you have not practiced any tools. You have not learned many of the other tools, which are very, very useful too. But yeah, even changing the mindset is the first step. So coming back, our Mr. Gauss, he found everything is normally distributed and it has got an average and it has got a standard deviation. Say, for example, if I travel to my office every day, how much time I take? One day 30 minutes, another day 31 minutes, another day 32 minutes, one day 28 minutes, 27 minutes, 26 minutes, 30 minutes, 32 minutes, etc., etc. It will have an average and it will have a standard deviation. Let us say standard deviation is 5. Yeah. And it is very easy to calculate standard deviation. Don't worry, I'll show you how to calculate standard deviation. You can do it in Excel sheet or you can do it in Minitab. I'll be demonstrating Minitab because all the organizations in the world who use Six Sigma, they use Minitab. So I'll be demonstrating Minitab to you. Minitab can be downloaded from minitab.com if you are interested. It's a 30-day trial, but if you come to my training session, I give you a Minitab as well. It's part of the whole program. So Mr. Gauss found one interesting phenomena. And what was that? He said, whatever is the process, it could be any process. It could be crop production in his country. It could be the age of the people who are attending this session. Whatever is the process, 99% of the total population, 99% of the total population from where I have drawn this sample, 99% of the total population, to be more precise, 99.73% of the total population lies within plus minus 3 times the standard deviation. 99.73%, or to make it a little easier on numbers, 99% of the total population lies within plus minus 3 times standard deviation. And this is a phenomena. This is a natural phenomena. Why it happens, we don't know, but it happens. In my green belt training programs, generally what I do, I've got a batch size of around 25 people. I never go beyond 25. And we collect the data of 20 people, 23 people. And we predict about the, we collect the data on heights of the people present in the classroom. And we calculate the average and standard deviation. And we predict about the 2 to 3 billion adults in the whole world. We predict about the range of heights of people in the whole world. It's very easy. You can also try it out later on. But for the time being, I will just try it out on my traveling time. So this is the traveling time, 30, 31, 32. Average is 30, standard deviation is 5. Let us see. 99% of my travels are lying within what numbers? Now, this is an average, 30 minutes. 30 minutes is my average. Most of the time, I'm taking 30 minutes. Now, actually, I hope you remember this is the kind of histogram. I'm not making a histogram. I'm now using the normal distribution curve and the probability distribution curve. So most of the time, I'm taking 30 minutes. Can you tell me what is plus 1 sigma? What will be plus 1 sigma here? The value of plus 1 sigma. Plus 1 sigma. 35. Many of you are telling 35. Yes. How did you get that? X bar plus 1 time standard deviation. X bar was 30 plus 1 into 5. It is 35. What about 2 standard deviation? How much is 2 standard deviation? How much is 2 standard deviation? It is 40. And what about 3 standard deviation? It is 30 plus 3 times 5, which is 45. I hope you are with me. Gagan, Shikhar, Rahul, many of you, actually, many of you. I can't name everyone. Rodolfo, Morley, Mohammed, Monirul, Gil, Johan, everyone has given the right answer. Yes, lots of you. I'll not spend time in naming the people. Ali Abdullah, yeah. Okay, now what about minus 1 sigma and minus 2 sigma? Here it will be 25. This will be 20, and this will be 15. So I can say 99% of the time. Can you tell me 99% of the time I will be traveling within how many minutes? 99% of the time I'll be taking how much time? 15 to 45 minutes. This we call it as lower control limit, and this we call it as upper control limit. LCL and UCL. Control limit. Remember, control limit. It is not SL. It is not. It is separate from SL. What is this? Specification limit. LSL, given by the customer. I can call it as voice of customer. Customer is telling me you should be within 97 to 103 grams. This is the voice of process. Plus minus 3 times standard deviation is known as voice of process. As if my process is telling me that, Mr. Amitabh, you will take between 15 to 45 minutes. When you travel to your office tomorrow, I'm sure 99% probability, I'm sure that you will take between 15 to 45 minutes. You will not go beyond 45 minutes. You will not take less than 15 minutes. Right? Okay. I hope you understood. I'm here plus minus 3 times standard deviation is control limits. Up to here, you are with me. Are you with me? Or you are confused? you can tell me that. You are confused. That you can also tell me that. No problems. See, because I need to, you are my customer. I have to gauge voice of my customer. Yeah. Gauge voice of my customer. Yeah. So some of you are telling, most of you are telling got it, but one person is telling confused. Okay. Okay. So for those who are confused, let me just very quickly. So customer will give you a specification that is known as specification limit, right? Please remember, specification limit is set by the customer. And process, voice of process. Process also has got voice. Say customer may want anything. Customer might need anything. Customer will say, I want this, I want that, but my process is not capable of delivering. If my process is not capable of delivering, then in that case, what happens? In that case, I have to reduce the variation in the process. So if I go back, now let us come to here. Let us come here. Yeah. Come back to our chocolate company. Company A. I can tell you, because I have already drawn that way, average of company A, the chocolate produced by company A is 100. Standard deviation is 2 grams. 100, standard deviation is 2 grams. So here is 100, which is X bar. X bar is 100, plus 1 times standard deviation, plus 2 times standard deviation, plus 3 times standard deviation. The curve touches at plus minus 3 times standard deviation. Remember that. Standard deviation is 2. So 1 times standard deviation is 102. 2 times standard deviation is 104. And 3 times standard deviation is 106. This is how the companies operate. Similarly, what are the values here? It is 98, 96, and 94. Right? 102, 104, 106, 198, 96, and 94. Means if I gave you these numbers, how will you draw? How will you draw that? You'll draw something like this, right? 100, standard average is 100, standard deviation is 2. So what will be the values? 102, 104, 106, isn't it? Here it will be 98, 96, 94, isn't it? Right? So same thing is here. Are you getting it? Same thing is coming. Okay, I hope. And some of you might not have got it. Don't worry. You can rewind this training. Rewind this training. So by the way, don't think that this is something out of the world. This is something not my cup of tea. Actually, all these things are happening in your processes. You're traveling to your office every day, right? Your process follow normal distribution. You have got an average. You have got a standard deviation. It's only you who don't know about it. You are not aware of it. And those who know about it, they will take advantage of you. They will take your advantage. If you don't know, you better be informed. The world, the next 10 to 20 years belong to data analytics. If you don't understand the basics of data, you are nowhere. You are an illiterate person. So please understand these techniques. Okay. So please understand. Nerissa is asking, how did you get standard deviation? See, it is based on a calculation. I will show you an automated way, but if you want to know, I've given a link how to calculate standard deviation. I've given a link. You can watch that link. It's very easy. But I'll show you. If you are interested, let me show you. This was a recruitment cycle time, example. Let me take an example. Let me show you one company's recruitment cycle time. Yep. One company's recruitment cycle time, when they recruit the people, how many days they take. This 15 samples were collected. Yeah. And I'm using Minitab. Now, don't worry about the clicks where I'm clicking, etc. In my green belt session, it just takes 2 hours to 3 hours to learn all the tricks. So it's not a big deal. But for the time being, just to demonstrate, I can just click on the relevant buttons and I can make my histogram. I will get my average. It's 50 days and standard deviation is 5 days. Very easily, I can get this. So don't worry. See, as a manager, I don't have to worry about calculations part. Everything is automated nowadays. You have to worry about the conclusions part. You have to make decisions based on the data presented to you. Otherwise, your decisions will be totally wrong, right? Okay, now coming back. Okay, now coming back. Here, I'm going beyond the specification limit. My standard deviation is 2, is high. 2 is very high, is more. Now let us see, in blue process, my standard deviation is 1. Means it will be one standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, 3 standard deviation, -1 standard deviation, -2 standard deviation, -3 standard deviation. So 100, if I were to draw a chart here, 101, 102, 103, and so here it is going up to 103. It is fitting well within the specification limit. That is why probability of making a defect is very, very low. So if I have reduced my standard deviation, what is happening? My quality is improving, right? Similarly, look at the yellow process. My standard deviation is 0.5. What will be the values? 100.5. Second will be 101. And the third will be 101.5. Here it will be 99.5. Here it will be 98. Sorry, 99. And here it will be 98.5. Isn't it? You can do the calculations. Don't worry about the calculation. Understand the concept. See, today is the day of understanding concept. Yellow belt, we have not. See, yellow belt is not required to do any calculations. Yellow belt has to understand the concept. Don't worry about calculation. I'm doing the calculation for you. But when you are a green belt or black belt, we'll do. Slowly we do. Very slowly we do. We have all the time in our world. There are 50 hours, 60 hours with us. So 50 to 60 hours, any tool can be taught very easily in a relaxed manner. But understand the concept. The concept I'm trying to tell you is, as you reduce your variation, you will produce less defects. Have you understood that part? Have you understood that? If you have understood, that's more than enough. That if I reduce the variation, I'm less likely to go beyond the specification limits. Now one more thing. To hear, I've taught you really, really very high-end concepts. Yeah. But after this, after 15 minutes, it will be very, very relaxed. I'll tell you the simple methodology of DMAC, how the define, measure, analyze, improve, control DMAC happens, and how we do the projects. So we'll be doing a project together, and we'll learn some tools and techniques. But before we learn, let me even tell you about the concept of what is meant. See, look at the yellow process. For the yellow process, this is 1 sigma, this is average, 1 sigma, 2 sigma, and 3 sigma. This is 1 sigma, 2 sigma, and 3 sigma. This is upper specification limit, and this is lower specification limit. And this will be 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma. This will be 4 sigma, 5 sigma, and 6 sigma, right? 6 times standard deviation. So when I am away from my specification limit, my center of the process is away from my specification limit by 6 times standard deviation. 6 times standard deviation. Then I will be producing very few defects. Very, very few defects. So if I say in the first case, let us calculate the defects for the first case. 20% defects. 20% means 20 upon 100. If I multiply it by 1 million, this comes to around 200,000 defects per million opportunities. Defects per million opportunities. 200,000 defects per million opportunities. In 1 million chocolates, I'm producing 200,000 chocolates defective. Now, how about this? It has got 2%, 2 into 100. In 1 million chocolates, how much it would be? In 1 million chocolates, it will be 20,000 defects. 20,000 defects. And what about this? 0.001%. 0.001%. Multiplied by 1 million. I don't know how to calculate this complicated figure. Someone can calculate it, but it will be approximately, I don't know how much it will be. It will be, if I just 100, so 1, 2, 3. I think it will be 10. I think it will be 10, approximately 10. 10 defects per million opportunities. Just 10 chocolates and 1 million chocolates. What a great process it is. And if you're actually in real, in Six Sigma, we have 3 defects. I've just taken some approximate values right now for the demonstration purposes, but in Six Sigma, you'll be producing just 3 defects in 1 million opportunities, 1 million. Now, you don't have to make a process Six Sigma always. If you are at 3 Sigma, make it 4 Sigma. If you are at 4 Sigma, try to make it 5 Sigma. Improvement is the key. Now, how would you do this improvement? Let me tell you that. So now let me take you on the journey of doing a project. So how will you do the project? These projects are done by the yellow belts, green belts, black belts, and black belts. Yellow belts just know the system concept, but they cannot do the project. They understand, they have understood that, yeah, something like this is there, some improvement is there, and our processes follow normal, but they cannot do calculations, they cannot do the project. But green belts can do the projects. They have skilled themselves by practicing those tools and techniques. Black belts have learned more complex tools and techniques, and they can solve more complex problems, leading to millions of dollars of savings. And master black belts can run multiple projects, can guide black belts and green belts. They can train green belts and black belts. They can also become consultants. They can launch Lean and Six Sigma in a whole organization. So these are the different belts. Now you can join my session. 3 days, you will become a green belt, 3 days black belt, and 4 to 5 days is master black belt. And definitely it will enhance your career, because every organization wants to improve themselves. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to leave your present career. If you are an accountant, you have to be an accountant, but you can still be a black belt. If you are an engineer, you still continue to be an engineer, but an engineer with black belt qualification who understand the process better is always preferred by the organizations. Check with any organization, green belt and black belts. They are very valuable people. They understand the voice of process. They understand the voice of customer. They have systems thinking. They don't have silo thinking. Now, if I'm a manager and if I get a person like this in my team, I'll be happy, isn't it? So green belt and black belt, master black belts are highly valuable persons. And we as an organization have trained more than 200,000 people in the last 18 years. As an individual, I have trained around lots of thousands and thousands of people around the world in the last 25 years. I have been conducting training programs for the last 25 years. And my total years of experience is 33 years. Yeah. So when you get the training, you are able to improve any process in any industry, because every industry can be expressed in numbers. Every measure can be expressed in numbers. So I can improve any parameter in any industry. Now, how to do that? How to achieve that? Let us look at DMAC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. DMAC. The key thing, the methodology: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So you will be learning in define phase, we define the problem and the goal statement, what we want to improve. We write a project charter. Then measure phase, we understand that we have to measure. If you want to improve, if you want to improve, you have to measure. So how to establish measure? Then we understand the concept of normal distribution, which you have already taught to you. There are control charts that I'll be talking about. Then analyze phase, you have to do a cause and effect diagram, Pareto analysis, box plots, scatter plots, process mapping. You find the root cause using process mapping, identifying the waste in the process, 7 wastes in the process, so that you analyze where is the problem, real problem. You validate the root causes. Then in the improve phase, once you have got the root causes, you attack the root causes, eliminate them, and your process is improved using 5S and POCA, different concepts. You can use control, sustain the gains for a long, long time. It's not like, you have improved something and after some time you go back to your original state. No, this improvement is of no use, because you improve something in 3-4 months after hard work, and after 3-4 months, again, it goes back to original state. No, you have to sustain it. So to sustain, you have to use certain techniques. So in order to demonstrate the DMAC methodology, in order to tell you how a Six Sigma project is done, let us take an example. This engineering company, they want to reduce the recruitment cycle time of engineers. So recruitment process is, everyone understands that. That is why I have chosen the recruitment process, because you are already aware of recruitment process, right? Everyone knows recruitment, right? So they will be following DMAC: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. DMAIC. In the define phase, you form a team. Problems are in the process, as you told you. I told you, problems are in the process. They are not in the people. But when you do an improvement project, you have to form a team, because team will do the project. Yeah. So first you identify the process. Which process we are talking about? We are talking about recruitment process. Although I want to reduce the recruitment cycle time, but I'm interested in looking at the process. So first, I will focus on the process. Then I'll also understand who's the head of the department of that process. He will be called as champion or the sponsor. The person who's head of the department, he will be called as, so HR director could be the champion or the sponsor. Then the process owner is the manager of the process, in whose process you are doing the project. So here the recruitment manager is the manager of the process. So he will be the process owner. Then comes the master black belt, like me, who has lost all his hairs teaching Six Sigma. Okay, you don't have to be 55-year-old like me. You can be young, 25-year-old also, to become a master black belt. But yeah, but you should learn from a 55-year-old master black belt like me, right? Okay. Then you have a team, the green belts or black belts who are doing the project. So we have formed a team. Now, first thing is we do a SIPOC. Now, if you remember, before I teach you SIPOC, I'll take you back to where we started. Remember this? If I pull out S for suppliers, I for inputs, P for process, O for outputs, and C for customers. SIPOC. So I can get a miniature version of my system map, because now I'm focusing on recruitment process. I'm not focusing on the whole organization. So I'll just look at the recruitment process and make a SIPOC of it to have a systems thinking. Because otherwise, what will happen if I have an issue in recruitment time, too much delays of recruitment, I'll start blaming the recruitment department. I'll say, oh, people are not working, staff is not working, your recruitment team or department is like inefficient. That's what we do. We are not process oriented. We blame the people. Hey, you are slow. That person is slow. My dear friend, that person is not slow. The process which he is following, that is slow. Everything is process oriented. Remember that everything is process oriented. So you make a SIPOC. When you make a SIPOC, usually you start with the customers. So I identify who are the customers, departments, who are receiving the recruited candidates. What is the output? Output is a recruited employee. What are the basic steps of recruitment? Very high level process map we are looking at. So these are the basic steps. What are the inputs? IT system, job description, CVs, budget, HR staff, travel documents. These are the inputs to the whole process. And who are the suppliers? These are the suppliers of all the inputs. Now, what is the definition of a problem? The definition of a problem is something which the customer is unhappy about. One of the measures on the output. Which is that measure here? It is the recruitment time. Recruitment time is the why, which the customer is unhappy about. Now, should I focus on this? Of course not. I need to focus on the measures on the inputs or process measures. Inputs or process measures. So I will do that and I'll come to that. Why? Because Y is function of X. These are all X factors. Okay. I will also make a project charter. Project charter means problem statement is today my recruitment time is 50 days. And I would like to reduce this 50 days to 30 days. Very focused, smart goal statement. Problem statement, don't assign any cause, don't assign any blame. Just state, today my recruitment is taking 50 days. That's it. And what is the goal statement? 50 days to be reduced to 30 days. Don't write why in the problem statement. Don't say, my recruitment cycle time is 50 days because of lack of staff, because of lack of automation. Don't say like that. Don't say like that. We have to just say, my recruitment time is 50 days. Why? I don't know. I will collect the data. I will tell you after 1 month. I will tell you. I will give you the root cause after proper analysis. But today I don't know. But what is my goal? 50 days to be reduced to 30 days. If I do, I'm going to save some money for the organization. And if you talk money, everyone listens to you. You are here for money, isn't it? Be frank. You are here for money. Everyone loves money. Your organization also loves money. Your boss also loves money. So if you show him the money, show me the money. Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Show me the money. So you show the money to everyone, people get interested. All your stakeholders, your CEO, your manager say, wow, do the project. Go ahead and do the project. My project is going to save $300,000. Wow. How can I support you? Your CEO will say, how can I support you? Everyone will be there to support you. Okay. So that was your project charter and your SIPO. Now you start measuring. You can't improve if you cannot measure, I told you. But let me ask you one question. Do you agree? Everything can be measured? Can everything be measured? Can you measure everything? My dear friend, everything can be measured. Everything can be measured. Yahoo, everything. I'll tell you how. Some of you are telling, yes, everything can be measured. Some of you are telling everything cannot be measured. Well, I'll tell you how. There are two types of data. Okay. So first, I'll play a short video that will give me some time to drink water. And once the videos are done, then I will explain everything. Don't worry. So it's a 2-3 minutes video. And it is talking about two types of data. Continuous data, there are two types of data, continuous data and attribute data. Continuous data can be represented on a number line. Number line means 55 point, this is 55.5, right? There will be a possibility of a decimal point, and it will also have a unit. But in attribute data, you have categories. So you have categories, and categories have counts, and counts can have proportions. Okay. So I will tell you, I'll explain this in detail, but first let us have an introduction. Let us introduce you to the types of data. Okay. So,
Hi.
So let me first talk about it.
Improve if you cannot measure. And the second rule is, everything can be measured. And the third rule is, if you think something cannot be measured, then go back to rule number 2. Well, jokes apart, the third rule can be, if you think something cannot be measured, then probably it is attribute data. Now, let me tell you, how can you measure anything? There are 2 types of data, continuous data and attribute data. Continuous data can be represented on a number line. It can have a decimal place. It can also have a unit. Say, for example, age, height. Age is 52.5 years. That's my age. Height, maybe 180.1 centimeters. Cycle time of a process, 3.5 hours. Or procurement time in an organization, 120.3 days. These are all continuous data because they all have a possibility of a decimal, means they can be expressed in decimal points, and also they all have a unit. Now let us talk about attribute data. Attribute data can be expressed in categories, and categories can be counted. Say, for example, if you want to measure happiness, so easiest way to measure any attribute data is to create a category, and if possible, you can create a binary category. A presence or absence of that attribute can be one of the simplest categories. So if I take the example of happiness, 2 categories I can create: happy, unhappy. So if I want to increase the happiness in the employees in the organization, then I can always count how many employees are happy. Let's say 60 employees are happy and 40 employees are unhappy. I can express this as proportion. That means proportion of happy employees in my organization is 0.6 and proportion of unhappy employees is 0.4. And it can also be expressed as percentage. Now this proportion or percentage, they don't have a unit. And a count, like 60 employees, I can't have 60.1 employees who are happy. So the count will not have any decimal point. So this is what continuous data and attribute data is. It is very important to know that
So let me explain this. So continuous data, I think you have understood, right? Continuous data. Any question on the continuous data? When continuous data is something which I hope you have understood. Now, what is about attribute? See, attribute data. Whatever you want to measure, first you write the attribute. First you write the attribute. Then create categories out of it. There could be 3 categories, 4 categories also. Very, very happy, happy, neutral, unhappy, extremely unhappy. You can have 5. And then collect the data and put those people into that points, data points into categories. There can't be 60.1 people. There will be count as a discrete. That is why it was also known as discrete data. Discrete data. It's also known as discrete data. Now, how will I measure? How will I make sense out of it? 60 people are happy doesn't make any sense. 60 people are happy, so what? Proportion will make sense. So proportion means portion out of 1. Say this circle, if it is 1, what portion belongs to happy people? 0.6 belongs to happy people. 0.4 belongs to unhappy people. I can also think of percentage writing. Some people are habitual of percentage, but statistics, we don't use percentage, we use proportion. Okay. So 60% people are happy. Now I can do improvement project. 60% people are happy in my organization. I want to increase the happiness in my organization. I will take up an improvement project. After 6 months, when you conduct the same survey, you will find 80% people happy. But to reach that state, I will have to find the root cause of unhappiness today. And that's what I'm going to do in my analyze phase. Okay. So I'm in measure phase now. I'm just measuring. But I cannot proceed without measuring. So that is why first was define, then second is measure. Then I can also measure what is the sigma level of my process. But how much away I am from your standard, like, how much away I am from the specification limit. If I'm very far away, specification limit is like very wide and my control limits are very narrow. That means my process is good. So how my process is performing, how many defects it is producing. Today, how many defects are there? 40% defects. 40% people are unhappy. Very, very too bad. I would like to reduce the defects from 40% to 20%. Okay. Yeah, so some people are asking question. Herman is asking, discrete data has definite value for a given time. Continuous data is unlimited data. In a way you can say, but better way to define is the way I define. Now these videos are also available. This whole video is available. And apart from that, the bits and pieces I'm showing you, I'm pulling out from Anexas channel. Please subscribe to Anexas channel. It's a YouTube channel. Just go to Anexas, search Anexas in YouTube and subscribe. You will get you'll get access to lot of other tools and techniques. There's a whole program for conflict management, and I have taught each and every concept. There's an emotional intelligence also. I've taught each and every concept in a simple way. I try to teach in simple way. I hope I'm teaching you in a simple way. I hope so. That's my hope. That's my belief. I don't know am I correct or not, but as long as you understand the things, good. Because of the speed, at times you may not be able to catch up with some of the concepts. Don't worry. Rewind the video and you'll get everything. So yeah, coming back. Herman never saying, I do understand. Dennis is also, oh, wow, thank you, Dennis. Okay, now we are, so we have understood the types of data. Now let us move ahead.
No friends.
Hi, I'm okay, just a minute. Let me remove the annotations. So yeah, I'm giving you some 2 minutes time to subscribe to my channel. Please do that. Yeah. Now I've got certain questions. By the time I'll just look at the questions and answers before I proceed. If I could follow in LinkedIn too. Yes, of course, Kareem, please go ahead. Please follow me on LinkedIn. Please, please, please. Kindly provide me certificate for this session. So administration related questions, you will get a certificate. Towards the end, I'll tell you how to get the certificate also. I'll share how to do a green belt. I will tell you in a short while. Just give me 10 more minutes and then I'll tell you everything. By the way, how many of you are interested? If you can just tell me how many of you interested to attend the training program. I'll just do a poll. Just answer that question. So please answer this question. How many of you are interested in attending the program? So if you can just put, your interest levels here. So I will send you all the relevant information. Those who are interested, I will send you all the relevant information. And I'll like to see you. I'll be happy to see you. My team will tell you the dates. We have Niranjan with us who would be sharing the dates with you. Who will tell you which dates we are doing these training programs. And you will be, just participate in that poll and just express your intention of attending the session. So if you are interested, I will be happy to communicate with you and I'll send you all the details. Okay. So thanks for participating in the poll, and I hope almost everyone has participated. Yeah, I'll be taking out the poll in the next 15 seconds. So if you want, just participate in the poll. Yes. Okay, so Princess is telling that I am a talent acquisition officer in a real estate industry. Real estate industry is so useful. Oh, yes. I'm giving a process example, but it is true for manufacturing. It is true for every process. So, okay, now let me end the poll, and thank you for participating. And I have ended the poll. Now, coming back to the measure phase. So in the measure phase, what will you do? You will measure. You'll measure the not only the output, but also the X factor, because problem is not only in the output, but real problem is in the X factor. As a when I fall ill, let's say I'm having fever, I go to the doctor. The fever is the symptom. Doctor measures it, of course. He says, oh, your fever is 38 degrees Celsius or 101 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. But he doesn't treat my fever. He actually collects the data. He finds the X factor. He finds the root cause. He collects the blood sample, X-ray, etc., or some data. And based on that, he makes a conclusion. He gets the root cause. And once he gets the root cause, then he treats that root cause. Similarly, as a green belt, you are a physician of the process. People come to you, the process owners, the companies, they come to you. Oh, my process is having disease. My process is having fever. What are the diseases of a process? Delays, errors, defects, dissatisfied customer. These are the diseases of the process. And as a green belt and black belt, you are here to treat the diseases of the process. So you collect the data, and let me show you in Minitab, how we do this. So in Minitab, generally what we do, I just showed you how to collect the data. We make a histogram. Just showed you how to, do the histogram, and we display average is this much, standard deviation is this much. Okay. Now we go to the analyze phase, and also, by the way, we also calculated the sigma level. So there is a process of calculating the sigma level. In yellow belt, we don't cover that. Yeah, we don't cover that part, but yeah. Yeah, some people are asking LinkedIn. Yes, I told you, you can follow me on LinkedIn, please. My LinkedIn, my team, can you send the LinkedIn link link of LinkedIn? If you can send, people can follow. Yes. So coming back, measure phase, I also define a defect. Any recruitment taking beyond 60 days is a defect. So how many defects? 27 defects in 47 collected data. What does it mean? Okay. Bautik is telling, please give example of hotel. So the same thing, see, it's the same thing you, convert into hotel example. This recruitment time, I'm putting 50 days. You can say 50 minutes for cycle time of, let's say, completing the booking process or checkout process. I don't know. Maybe 50 minutes is too large to serve a dish. Yeah. So think of a process, and the numbers are same. Your checking in time in your reception, on an average, this is 4 minutes, 3 minutes. It is an average. It is a standard deviation. See, it is applicable to all processes. Think of a problem and apply this same tool: define phase, measure phase, analyze phase, and you'll get to improve your system. Okay, so now we have calculated the defects. Then we have calculated the defects per million opportunities, and we are at sigma level something. Now, I'm not going to tell you the details of how to calculate sigma level, because I have got more important things to tell you. This part I'll talk about in a green belt, but the important part, analyze phase, you will do analysis now. You can follow the process step, process door, or you can follow the data door. Process door, you will map the process. Existing recruitment process, you will map as it is. Do a Gemba walk, how the whole process looks like. Go, see for yourself. You will find a lot of non-value added activities like approval process, a lot of activities like delay, waiting time. They are all manual processes. These are all wastes. Try to reduce them. Similarly, you will also do a cause and effect diagram, also known as fishbone diagram, also known as Ishikawa diagram. You will do that. You will do a Pareto chart. And if time permits, I will talk about box plots and scatter plots also. If you are willing to spend 15 more minutes, I will be happy to talk about more tools also. I'll be happy to share some real life case studies also. By the way, this is also a real life case study. So please stay on. Please stay on for another half an hour. So now let us start with the process door. So what I will do, I'll map the process in detail. Now this time, I'm mapping the process in more detail, not like CPHQ. In CPHQ, I have just listed for 4 to 5 steps. Now here in your process mapping, I'm detailed all the steps, everything what I'm doing, I'm noting down, and I'm evaluating each step. It is value added or non-value added, value added or non-value added, value added or non-value added. I can also do a escape analysis. I ask 5 questions. Can I eliminate this process step? Can I simplify this process step? Can I combine this step with some other step? Can I combine these 2 steps together? Can I automate that process step? Can I make this process step parallel? A detailed escape explanation I have given in a video, which you will find here. I hope my team is giving all the videos. Just let me confirm. So all the videos you're getting, right? So video of escape analysis. Yeah. So this is the escape analysis. Please note down. Escape I have explained in detail using a real life example from a company. But right now, as a yellow belt, I'm just explaining very briefly. So you're asking these 5 questions on every step. And you will find that a lot of improvement ideas will get generated when you are doing an escape analysis. Change the process. You will come out with a new process. In 2-3 hours, you will come out with a new process. You are doing something long time ago. This process was designed 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You are blindly following those steps. World has changed, technology has changed, but still you are blindly following the old process. Change the process, my dear friend. Okay. So yeah, Asha is telling that yes, once the Zoom meet is over, so these links will be, please copy paste, copy paste, or don't worry, in an email, I will send you all the links. And another way of, I told you, go to Anexas channel, all the videos are there, whole video. Actually, this whole video is being recorded on YouTube channel. So you can just have a look at, as soon as the program is over, it is available. In fact, I'm going live on YouTube only. Yeah, YouTube. This is happening live on YouTube, Facebook, etc. So don't worry, it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. So don't worry. Don't worry about that part. Focus on the learning. Okay. So yeah, my team, if we can just, people can't copy paste their telling. So can you enable that next time? Not sure about it. Okay, now coming back. Now go to the data door. I will invite all the people. I'll tell them, make a cause and effect diagram. What is cause and effect diagram? I'll brainstorm on man, machine, material, method, 6 M's. We call it 6 M's. Call everyone. Tell them, whatever comes to your mind, what are the causes? First brainstorming happens on causes. Let us brainstorm. What is causing this issue? So material related issues, man related issues, measures related issues, method related issues, 6 M's. Let me show you. They brainstormed here. They have brainstormed here. Man-related issues, responsibility is not there, lack of competent people, shortage of staff, accountability, lack of accountability. So these are all, man, machine, material, method. Environment, we can make it mother nature also to make it M. So you have got a method. So you can make a cause and effect diagram. Everything is automated nowadays. So get hold of people, collect the data and put it in a cause and effect diagram. Also known as fishbone diagram, looks like a fishbone. Also known as Ishikawa diagram. gentleman called Ishikawa, he used it for the first time. So it is also known as Ishikawa dye. Okay. So I'm getting all the possible causes. Now, I can't work on so many causes. It will take ages to each and every cause if I try to eliminate. No, I cannot. I will apply Pareto principle. Pareto means 80-20 principle. What is 80-20 principle? Vilfredo Pareto was an Italian economist who found that 80% of the wealth in Italy, 80% of the money in Italy was with 20% of the people. So Joseph Juran also applied this to quality, and he said, 80% of your problems, whatever problems you are facing, whichever problems you are facing, 80% of them, 80% of your delayed recruitment, 80% is due to just 20% of your causes. So if you have listed 20 causes, 20% of 20 is 4. 20% of 20 causes is 4. So only 4 causes are responsible for 80% of your problems. Okay, 4 causes are responsible for 80% of your problems. Okay, great. So focus on these. 4. Why to focus on each and everything? Focus on only 4. So which are those 4s? You can use a voting technique. People can vote with the red dots. I'll ask people, I'll give it 10 red dots to everyone. A distributor dots as per whatever you think is the issue, whatever are the causes. Yeah. So in this case, what you'll do? You will arrange the votes in descending order. Highest on the, so this is highest, then lesser, descending. And plot this data. This is known as Pareto chart. The highest is, this is the data, this is the cause, most frequently occurring cause is this. So arrange the data in descending order. So these, I'm just demonstrating right now as a yellow belt. You just need to know that these tools exist. But how to do this analysis in my green belt program, I will teach you. But if I were to demonstrate just now, I write the reasons for each recruitment. Whenever there is a delay in recruitment, I write the reason. Some of the reasons appear more frequently. So if I tell Minitab, okay, can you please tell me which reasons are appearing more frequently? Do a Pareto chart, and Minitab will give me the Pareto charts. It will tell me that assessment time is appearing 13 times. Percentage-wise, it is contributing to 34%. Job description is not available. Totally 9 times this cause appears in my data, which corresponds to 23% of the total causes, and so on and so forth. So I am getting my Pareto analysis. Everything is few clicks. Don't have to do any calculations. Collect the data, put in Minitab, everything is done. But you should be able to interpret the chart. So here I will say that first 2 causes are together, 34 plus 23, they're giving me 57%. So if I just solve these first 2, assessment time and job description availability, what will happen? I will solve 60%, 57% of my problem. Similarly, I will solve around 84% of my problem if I just take care of the first 4 causes. So I'll just work on these 4 causes. I'll forget about the remaining 20 causes. Yeah. Okay, got it? Pareto analysis. I hope you got it. Right? Yeah. So now I have got my root causes. Now I will show you some more analysis afterwards, but some people are asking about, continuously they're asking about how to, attend the sessions and what are the dates. So my team, can you please, I'll just unshare my screen. My team, can you share the dates of the training programs? Can you please do that? And so my team is going to share the dates of the training program. And If you can do that, it will be great. Yeah. So these are the dates I'm conducting. So I have got 4 batches to offer you. One batch is Saturday, Sunday batch. Those who have Saturday, Sunday holidays. If some people have only Sundays, you can just let us know. And the trainings are recorded always, so you will get the access. And one batch is morning batch, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours every day. Next time we can write the Philippine time also. A lot of people from Philippines have attended. And one is evening batch, Monday to Thursday, morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours. This is Monday to Thursday. And we have got, next, can you go to the next one? So 4 options you have got. Yes, 4 options. Now, these are the, these are the combo offer. So green belt plus black belt, if you go for, you will also get free Power BI self-learning course. You'll get it US $600. But if you register today, you will get further discount. So how much further discount? It depends on how soon you register. So as you register faster, more discounts you get. So this is not, apart from this, you will get further discounts. Okay. There are 10 certificates you will get. So you go back, go down, if you can go down. If you are interested in registering, there is a registration link. So green belt, black belt, green belt plus black belt. We will also give you further discount. As I said, further discount, because we are in the foundational month. We just celebrated last week our foundation day, 28th July. That was the 18th foundation day. So in the foundation month, we give 2 offers. People who are registering during this month, they will get access to lifetime. Whenever you want to revise the training, whenever you want to attend the training after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, feel free. You can revise it. You can join our sessions completely for free. That is one. Second part, further discount will be applicable if you do today. If you are registering today, you will get further discount on the published price, which you are seeing here. And what are the things you will do? Can you go back? Can you go down? So there are different options to choose from. And what you will be getting, when you are joining our sessions. Now here, I've got, you will be getting lots of stuff. See, when you join our training program, you will be, first of all, you will get rid of inability to do anything if you face a problem. You will not be living with the problem. You will not be waiting for better opportunity. You will not be waiting for promotion. And you will not be depending on a job. If you gain a little bit of experience, you will not be depending on the job. You will be able to reduce the cost, improve the quality, become a problem solver, consult your own organization, and also start on your own if you are interested. So here, these are the dates which we just told you. And you will be getting all these offers: green belt, lean expert certificate, black belt, master black belt, project completion certificate, 50 completed real life projects, Minitab software, virtual project completion. One project will be completing together in the classroom. Then annual membership to Anexas group, alumni group throughout the life, which will be free to you. PMP PDUs, if you are in PMP, you get PMP PDUs also, those who are PMPs. And so I'm just telling you that a lot of stuff is coming to you for free. Okay, a lot of stuff is coming to you for free. And this is in dirhams, if you are interested in dirhams. And on top of it, lot of discount is applicable. Further discount is applicable on this price, whatever is listed here, if you register today itself. So if you are interested, just get in conversation with our team, and they will be able to tell you what are the possibilities, and what are the discounts applicable. Lots of discounts, you'll be happy. Trust me, you'll be happy. If you register faster, if you raise your query faster, the faster you will be able to get the more the discount you will be able to get. Okay, so with that, I'll just get back to our improve phase. So now we had, okay, let me get, oh, sorry, we are in the analyze phase. So we have done a Pareto analysis. Now, once we have done a Pareto analysis, I would like to validate the causes. I would like to validate the causes. So I'll do some further investigation. I'll collect some more data. Okay. So I suspect that approval time is affecting my recruitment time. Job description availability is affecting my recruitment time. Types of hiring is affecting my recruitment time. Assessment time might be affecting my recruitment time. Now, using data analysis, I will analyze the data. Is recruitment time getting affected by approval time? Means more the approval, more the recruitment. Is it the case? So for that, what I will do, I will plot the data. Here I'll plot recruitment time. And here I will plot approval time. And this we call it as, this is Y, this is the X factor, which I'm interested in. And if I find that as the approval time, those cases where approval was delayed, the recruitment was delayed, I will say there is a positive relationship and approval time is the root cause. So if I take care of the approval time, just work on the approval time, automatically the recruitment time will reduce. That's the root cause. Based on the data, I will make the decision, not based on the intuition. Now, other possibilities also there. Approval time and recruitment time are not related. It means approval time, even if it is 5 days or 20 days, the recruitment still takes sometimes 30 days to 50 days. Like there is no relation. Approval can take 5 days, but still the recruitment takes 50 days or 60 days. This may be also the case. So in this case, in such situation, I'll say approval time is not the root cause. Okay. So based on data, I'm validating my root causes. Please remember, based on data, I'm validating my root causes. I'm not based on intuition. Otherwise, people say, yeah, approval is delayed, recruitment is delayed. What is the big deal about it? Reduce the approval time and reduce the recruitment time. But now, if such is the situation, the way I have shown here, even if you had reduced the approval time, it is not going to reduce your recruitment time because root cause of high recruitment time is somewhere else. Something else is affecting recruitment time rather than approval time. I hope you understood this part. Did you get this part? Just tell me yes or no. Did you get this part? Okay. So I am validating using root cause analysis. And there is another way. I'm not going to talk about that. I can even find the correlation coefficient, how strongly this approval time and recruitment time is. All these things are possible. Now, this scatter plot needs to be used. This is also known as scatter plot. Scatter plot is used when the data, both Y and X factor, is continuous data. Recruitment time is continuous data, and approval time is also continuous data. So when I have both continuous and continuous, I'll use a scatter plot. But when one of the factors, let's say here, let us say, Let me do it also in the mini tab first, scatter plot. So recruitment time and approval time. Let us do that. First, let us do recruitment time and assessment time. Okay. Recruitment time. This is also assessment time. Is it impacting recruitment time? Let us see. So I'll do a scatter plot. Assessment time is not affecting the recruitment time. There's no impact. How about assessment time versus approval time? Is approval impacting? Oh, yes. Approval is the root cause. So my root cause is approval time, not the assessment time. I will waste my time if I try to reduce assessment time because it's not going to impact my recruitment time. It's not going to reduce it. How about when recruitment time, I want to see, is it getting impacted by job description availability? Now here I have listed recruitment number 3452. Approval time was 17 days. Job description was not available. It was a type of hiring was expat. Assessment time is 18 days, and recruitment time was 52 days. Okay. So I've listed down, I've collected the data. So I'm now interested in job description and recruitment time. Is job description availability affecting my recruitment time? Now, if you remember, job description is attribute data, not continuous data. So I cannot use scatter plot. So this is again recruitment time, and this is job description availability. I have categories. This is a categorical data. This is attribute data. So job description is available and job description is not available. When the job description was available, my recruitment time was like this. When the job description is not available, my recruitment time was like this. That means availability of job description really makes an impact. It reduces my recruitment time. So job description availability is a root cause. And then I will say, please make sure all the job descriptions are available in the organization by the next week. So I'll make a policy that all the positions in the company, please write job description, and it will reduce my recruitment time for sure. But suppose this was the case. Job description available or not available, still you take 50 to 60 days, Available, still you are taking 50 to 60 days, not available. So job description availability is not the root cause. Root cause is somewhere else. Maybe the approval time, maybe something else. Some other factor is root cause, not the job description. I hope you understood this part. Did you understand this part? So I'm making the judgment based on the, I'm making a judgment based on the data, not based on my intuition, not based on my experience. In God we trust, rest others bring data. Means I'm not going to trust you unless you are God. So you're not God, obviously. So I'm not going to trust you unless you show me data. So show me the data and I'll trust you. Okay. So here we call this as a box plots. No, I'll not go into the details of box plot. Generally, this is the median, the first quartile, etc. But I'll not go into the details of a box plot, but this is how we'll conclude. So let me make a box plot for our recruitment time versus job description. Let us see. Recruitment time versus job description availability. Well, job description available, it is taking less time. Job description not available, taking more time. That means job description availability matters, and that is the root cause. So this is how we'll do this thing. And yeah, so just to summarize, how do we do the analysis? When I've got one data, it was one column. Then in that case, I use a histogram. When it was attribute data, I used a Pareto chart. When one is continuous, one is attribute, I used a box plot. When both are continuous, I used a scatter plot. So this is how we do the analysis. Okay. I hope you got some insights today. Yeah. Then comes so please join my interactive live training. Recording is available for lifetime access. 2 projects done in the class. Project guidance provided for lifetime. And lifetime association with me, which is, I value the associations. All my students, I'm in touch. 25 years I've been teaching. I'm in touch with all my students. Thanks to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram also I'm there, Amitabh Saxena. My name is Amitabh Saxena. You can follow me. You can follow Anexas. You can follow me on various channels. And Twitter also, I'm there in Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot. So you can follow us on Anexas in Instagram. You can follow me also. There's my profile is separate, that I keep doing some fun activities, etc. Okay. Then you come to the improve phase. Now, improve phase, you do a brainstorming. So there are lots of techniques. I'll not go into the details of brainstorming. If you still have time, are you willing to spend more time? So let me show you some brainstorming rules. Let us talk about some brainstorming rules, some brainstorming ground rules, right? Then I'll also give you
possible root causes or getting the ideas to solve the problems. There are certain rules which need to be followed in brainstorming. The rules of brainstorming are: give equal opportunity to everyone who is participating. So tell them to participate, and you can use different techniques. As I told you, we will be learning in the improve phase. Capture all the ideas, so document all the ideas. Whatever is being discussed, whatever ideas the participants are given, someone should be there to document, or a scribe you can appoint to document all the ideas. Leave your designation and ego along with your shoes outside the meeting room. That means don't think that if you are senior, your idea carries more weightage. So obviously this ground rule should be very clear to everyone, and everyone should be encouraged to give an idea, and everyone's idea should carry equal weightage. There should be a non-threatening environment. When people are giving ideas, they should not be afraid of giving ideas. So you should create an environment where people should be encouraged to give the ideas. Also, we should ensure that wherever the brainstorming is taking place, there should not be any disturbance, so people are focused on brainstorming. Sometimes people might deviate from the topics. There is a tendency that some important issue crops up during the discussion. So at that time, you can always create a parking lot saying that, well, this idea or this issue is very, very important, and we can park it to be discussed after a while once we complete the brainstorming on this particular topic. We should encourage people to fantasize freely. We should not put brakes on our thoughts. So you can give some out-of-the-box ideas, you can give some wild ideas, and if people are giving you wild ideas, they should be encouraged. If you give a specific duration of brainstorming, we should try to complete the brainstorming within the time duration, and defer evaluation. Now, this is one of the rules which is often violated. People start discussing the ideas. Someone gives an idea and someone else says, well, it will not work in an organization. Or some other person gives an idea and someone else comments that, wow, it's a great idea. So don't evaluate. Reserve your comments for evaluation at a later stage. When you are generating the idea, when you are generating the root causes, they are not to be evaluated. You cannot say that it is a good idea or this is a very good root cause which you have thought of. No evaluation, just write down whatever is being suggested. Generate quantity, do not worry about the quality at the initial stages. So you have to generate lots of root causes, lots of solutions, more the better. A pearl diver, he dives into the sea to find the pearls. If he just collects 10 oysters, the probability of getting the pearl is very low, but if he collects thousands of oysters, the probability of getting the pearl is very high. So similarly, if you want to collect great ideas, some of the out-of-the-box ideas, some creative ideas, then definitely you should create more and more ideas. So how to generate those ideas? There are different techniques. Some of these techniques we'll be discussing in our improve phase, but right now we are in analyze.
There is another technique.
635 brainstorming technique. I have used this technique in many organizations and we have obtained a lot of good results. In just 30 minutes, you can generate 108 ideas. How? Here the team members brainstorm ideas on a written form. It is also known as silent brainstorming technique. We take 5 minutes to write down 3 solution ideas on the first row of our form. So a form or a white sheet is given to each one of the participants, and in the 5 minutes they write 3 ideas. Once they have written down the 3 ideas, in the next 5 minutes, again they have to write the 3 ideas by passing on the form to each other. You keep on circulating the papers till the time you receive back your own paper. So you can imagine that in the next 30 minutes, once the form is circulated to everyone and you have looked at the form of each other, you would have generated 108 ideas in just half an hour. While you are participating in 635 technique, you can add ideas by enhancing an idea already on the sheet, which is written by someone else. You can add a variation of an idea on the sheet, or you can add a completely new idea. Let us take an example. You want to generate the ideas on how to increase the awareness of Lean Six Sigma tools in an organization. So 6 people will be given 6 sheets. Each one of them would write 3 ideas in 5 minutes. Once you have written the 3 ideas in 5 minutes, after that you will pass on the sheet to your neighbor. Once the neighbor receives the sheets, he looks at the ideas of what you have written, and then he can expand on that idea, or he can write totally new idea. Similarly, you would have received sheet of another person. Again, you look at those 3 ideas written by someone else, expand on those ideas, or think of totally new ideas, because sometimes reading the ideas of others triggers ideas in our mind. In this way, you will continue the whole process for 30 minutes, and once all the rounds are completed, then you would have generated 108 ideas of how to increase the awareness of Lean Six Sigma in the organization.
Happy learning.
Then we have got FMEA to failure modes and effects analysis. Now this I'll not be covering. You have to come to my green belt session to learn those lots of tools. See, you have just learned around 10% of the tools. The 80 to 90% of tools are very, very useful tools. But yeah, FMEA, if you want to learn, you can watch my video, FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. I'll give you the link here. You can watch that. So I've given you around 10% of the tools, taught you here in the class. 10% of the tools I've given you videos, and the remaining 80% you have to come to my class, green belt and black belt, and I will enable you. I'll make you perfect person to solve any problem in any industry. And that's my promise. You know, it's not a false promise based on a lot of experience, a lot of, this is an FME I'm doing in one of the American companies. So we are all doing failure modes and effects analysis. We imagine how we will fail. We imagine how the process will fail, and then we prevent the failure. That's how we do an FME. So this company, they brainstormed on the root causes. They implemented the root or the ideas generated. They made an implementation plan, and once they implemented those solutions, they were able to reduce the recruitment time. They were able to reduce the recruitment time and also save a lot of money. Let me show you the final stage. Now, finally, let us look at this data. Before it was somewhere here, my data was fluctuating between, my lower and upper control limits were somewhere here. And now the new control limits, the process is now the average and the whole process is shifted. And this is how. Yeah. Now, as a Six Sigma person, green belt and black belt, how it will benefit you as an individual. See, once let's say I'm interviewing two engineers or two, operators or two accountants or two doctors or two nurses. Think of any profession. One is a black belt and another is not a black belt. Given all the things equal, whom I will recruit? Make a guess. Whom I'll recruit? Everything is fine. Everything is same. And there are hundreds of people like that. Whom I will recruit? I'll recruit a black belt or a non-black belt. Yes, I'll recruit. Joseph is telling, yes, black belt. Yes. Now, as an individual, you would always perform better. So there are two things. First, you will perform better. And when you perform better, obviously, this gets reflected in your salaries. Now, sometimes, your organization is not, acknowledging your skills. Then in that case, there are other organizations in the world. There are other organizations in the world who can recruit you. So there are many organizations. Now, when you join me, you are getting the real life experience of a green belt or a black belt project. First thing is, when you join our sessions, you will never find the trainers of other organizations doing these programs, because the way of teaching is also something we take pride in. We have got a group of individuals, and when you join this session, when you are registering for the session, you will be joining my session. So you will be my students. So I'm just trying to promote myself, right? So please join my session and I'll be taking you through the whole journey. And it will be very, very coolly, calmly. It will not be so fast as I did. I made it very fast because, I had to cover a lot of material as a yellow belt. And people have very less time nowadays. They're impatient. But when you are coming for green belt and black belt session, I'll be very, very slow. You will get all the information. You will get projects. I will also give you 50 projects from real industries. Some from manufacturing, some from services, some from IT, some from banking, some from logistics. Lots of, I'll show you some applications. I've got some videos. And how do you implement Lean Six Sigma? I'll show you that as well. Yeah. Let me show you that as well. I'll tell you how do you implement Lean Six Sigma in an organization. See, first you form a team of green belts and black belts. You train the people. You identify the projects in the company. Once you identify the projects in the company, you assign those projects to the green belts and black belts. So first you can do a champions training. Champions means generally when I implement Six Sigma in an organization. So there are two ways of implementing Six Sigma. One is bottoms up, means people like you, they get trained individually and then they do projects or they enhance their skills and then organization gets the benefit. That is bottoms up. Top down is the organization, the senior management get the champions training. They understand. First training is done for the senior management. Then they understand what is Six Sigma. Then after that, they nominate the green belts. They nominate their own employees for the green belts and black belts. Mostly these employees are high performers. And they are allocated to the projects. And these people, these employees, they do the projects. So I'll show you this. Here is a Swiss company. I'm doing a champions training for the senior management. Now, once they are getting convinced, I gave them some job and they were not able to do it. But when I taught some Six Sigma tools and techniques, they were able to perform that job. So they got convinced. Once we have got a buy-in from the senior management, then they get convinced, they nominate their employees. They say, yes, it works. And when they know it works, then in that case, they nominate the employees. And now here they have nominated. I'll take case studies from different companies as I tell you the story. So here, the people are nominated.
1, 2, 3. Anti-Muda. And your slogan, 1, 2, 3. We never go. Okay. And your song, 1, 2, 3. Here goes.
All of us want to last for you guys. Let's not be me. Let's not. Oh, sorry. Yay! We are the champions. We are a team.
Wow.
Yay! Well done.
And your team name, 1, 2, 3.
So now people are come to the training, they have formed the team, they're now doing a project, and then they will do a project together in the next 3 months. And once they complete the project, they are presenting the projects. And then they'll get inside.
We have Alex with us, and he has done excellent Lean and Six Sigma projects in National Healthcare Service and in hospitals. So, Alex, would you like to tell us something about it?
Hello, I'm Alex Wells, Head of Service Improvements at the Royal Liverpool University Hospital. I've been really fortunate to present today on how us as a trust are using Lean and Six Sigma principles to deliver better care for our patients. I've presented today on a lot of the work that we've done around how we've improved patient outcomes, reducing mortality, improving length of stay, and also talked about how we can actually realise some financial benefits from that. Over the past 2 years, we've been really fortunate that we've done some good work, and it's actually delivered us £2 million worth of quality efficiencies through delivering better patient care.
Yeah. And then finally, over the period of time, the companies get the benefit. So companies keep on getting the benefit year after year. So here is one company, logistics company, the biggest logistics company of Saudi Arabia.
My name is Mohammed Al-Bayati. I'm the CEO of Napel. Through Anexas, Mr. Amitabh has taught me and more than 1,000 employees of Napel, Six Sigma and Lean processes. This affected our bottom lines by millions of riyals, and it is having a big impact in changing our company from a local company to a regional or multinational company. Thanks to Anexas and Mr. Amitabh.
So basically, I just covered a lot of portions today. Feel free to go through the session again, we rewind it, you'll learn a lot, and do join my sessions. So I'm waiting for you to join the sessions. So please join the sessions. I also conduct lots of free trainings, free workshops. These are my free forthcoming workshop. And those who have registered, I see around 15 people have registered already. Thanks for that. And I'm waiting for you to see in the session. By the way, I have got 4 batches. So 15 distributed in 4. So there are around 4-5 people now. I have got 25 seats in each batch. So I would like to, and we have got first 10 in every batch. They've got a heavy discounts. So those who have enrolled today, they got a very good discounts, and congratulations for that. And if you register today itself, you'll get real good discounts. My team will be able to tell you exactly about that. And I'm waiting for you to join my other sessions, free sessions. If you are interested, PMP workshop, CPHQ workshop, Yellow Belt training, data science training, Power BI training. These are all free. And now if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer this question. Meanwhile, keep seeing some of the some videos I'll play from various industries as I answer your question. So we have, in principle, we have completed the session, but yeah, I'm here to answer your questions.
So I reached out to our operations team and we headed straight here to Formula Rossa, one of the signature rides here at Ferrari World at Abu Dhabi, and we decided to work on how we could increase the reliability of the time it takes to update our queue time boards, because as you know, every minute that guest waits in a queue line is super important.
We had the brainstorming session with the team and we went through a few topics and then we chose the most appropriate one for the course. The chosen topic was Reduce Facilities Management Service Request Closeout Time.
So I was eager to use statistics and data analytics to solve
One thing I forgot to tell you, my whole Lean Six Sigma training is available in Hindi also. यदि आप हिंदी में करना चाहते हैं तो ये भी उपलब्ध है. अगर आपको हिंदी में ये पूरी ट्रेनिंग हिंदी में भी उपलब्ध है हमारी YouTube चैनल पर, तो यदि आप उसको देखना चाहते हैं तो आप देख सकते हैं.
business challenge. One of the challenges we had is the erosion of the retail per capita spend in Ferrari World Abu Dhabi, and that was my topic.
Well, actually, being an HR professional, recruitment lead time has been always a problem across the board. So taking that subject in specific will help me improve onto the recruitment cycle.
So what we had worked on was redesigning the product launch process, which we've now implemented.
We had a discussion within our team, and the most critical area that we faced was our closing process. So we decided among ourselves that this is the one that we should go for.
Yeah, the course that we did was a week-long online facilitated course. It was fantastic. It showed us the whole methodology behind Lean Six Sigma, and it also provided a various amount of tools that we could be able to use to improve all of the existing processes that we have here in the park.
Well, it was 1 week training. It was very interesting and always energetic in terms of interaction in the class. Every single day has been different, and the knowledge sharing has been remarkable.
This gave us a broader perspective to understand the issues, and it gave us opportunity to do some brainstorming, and we were able to come up with better solutions from a wholesome perspective.
It was a very stimulating experience where we met every day with the colleagues, all very engaged, eager to learn, and keen on and willing to actually pause, step back from their day-to-day work to get some new perspectives. So it was really a refreshing exercise.
When an issue comes to us, we try to think about it from a Lean Six Sigma perspective. We try to define the issue, we make a project charter about it, we try to analyze it. So it has changed the perspective of how we look at issues.
Statistics allowed me to understand the root cause of the problem and come up with the very targeted improvement initiatives that we aim at implementing within the year.
So just to
every dirham per cap increase would represent 1 million revenue uplifts in a standard year, so the impact can be significant.
Well, this program is in benefit not just for me as a recruiter, but it helps the whole organization in terms of how we can identify issues, how we can look into problems.
So what's really exciting is that since we completed the course and we implemented all of the changes that we worked through, we have 100% seen a decrease in the time that it takes to upload the QTime boards, which is really cool. And one other really exciting thing is that one of the recommendations that the team and I put forward through in our project, for the project I should say, is that has now been funded through the business. So you'll have to watch this space.
So see, generally I can just tell you that in general, there are so many ways organizations have benefited. As you can see, lots of green belts doing the projects, etc. Plus, also one more thing, I'll be showing you. My team will show you some. Now, I'll be, of course, answering your questions while typing. But my team will show Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing, Lean Six Sigma in healthcare, Lean Six Sigma in telecommunications, Lean Six Sigma in say garment manufacturing industry. So different industries, I'll be showing you Lean Six Sigma in construction. A lot of people from construction have joined. So Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing, Lean Six Sigma in construction, Lean Six Sigma in healthcare, Lean Six Sigma in say different domains. So here we go. I think Niranjan, if you can show that, show those videos, as I will keep answering the questions. Food facilities management also is there. For food and beverage industry is also there. But
Hi, I'm Anexas Master Black Belt Amitabh Saxena, and let me talk about importance of Lean and Six Sigma in healthcare. Lean Six Sigma concepts are used in industries all over the world to improve a process, eliminate waste, and reduce defects. In the healthcare industry, defects not only affect revenue and customer satisfaction, but they signify the difference between life and death. Lean Six Sigma is critically important in healthcare because it helps in reducing defects that can result in medical errors. There are so many challenges in the healthcare industry, like an aging population, shortage of workers, increasing litigation, and many more that require long-term improvement. Because healthcare industry deals with saving lives, errors cannot be accepted at any cost. So, how does Lean Six Sigma really help? With the help of Lean Six Sigma, you can shorten the waiting times in hospitals. The lesser the people wait, the efficient the hospitals will become. Reduce medication errors and even try to completely eliminate them. Improve turnaround time for lab results. Provide better care at lower costs. Ensure that the medical staff makes fewer errors. Reduce mortality rates. Improve patient care. Improve quality. And improve overall patient experience. How can you do that? By training the staff as green belts and black belts and allowing them to do improvement projects. Lean Six Sigma training and certification in healthcare provides the tools needed to address the challenges at various levels. It is a time for the healthcare industry to utilize Lean Six Sigma methods to its fullest and drastically change the healthcare industry for the better. Don't you want to be a part of the industry where patients are happier, physicians want to work for you, the cost is as low as possible, and at the same time efficiency is high? If your answer is yes, then Lean Six Sigma is your choice. We have implemented Lean Six Sigma in more than 25 hospitals worldwide, including ministries of health of 4 countries, and we can help you too. There are so many stakeholders in construction industry: the customer and the users of your building or construction, the project organization, the contractors, and the staff at the construction site. Lean has something for everyone. Of course, our primary objective is to satisfy the customers, both external and internal, so you can reduce the project delays and quality defects in your organization. You can improve the safety of the employees at the construction site, reduce the inspection times and non-compliances, drastically cut down on the rework resulting from errors. We have even reduced the architectural designing time in many cases to almost 50% of the original time by eliminating the wastes in the process. Once a process has been perfected with the lean methods, there are safeguards as well as checks and balances put into place to ensure that this efficiency continues through the life of a building or structure that has been constructed. In this particular industry, errors mean danger and extremely costly rework using expensive raw materials. So taking the time to eliminate errors before they happen is crucial to the success of any company specializing in constructing any type of building or dwelling. If a construction company is looking to minimize defects, then Lean course can really help the bottom line and make a huge difference. You can even combine it with Six Sigma and make it Lean and Six Sigma implementation to take the advantage of statistical tools also. The employees take up improvement projects after getting trained as green belts and black belts. They focus on identifying and eliminating any unnecessary waste in that particular system. This is one aspect of Lean certification methodology that creates great demand for certified professionals, especially true in the construction industry. A specialized Lean certification in construction will give the employees the tools they need to improve the quality of whatever they are building. Lean is a skill set that all of the leading construction companies in the world know to invest in when it comes to hire their employees. Because this eliminates the errors and also improves the quality, customers start to take notice and become loyal to the brand, knowing that they will always be able to get the best possible building at the lowest possible prices. Companies who utilize Lean methods know the importance of quality, and the quality of their employees are at the top of the list. Certified employees are a resource that construction companies are willing to invest in. This is why salaries of certified individuals are on an average significantly more than the non-certified colleagues. This also improves the overall corporate culture within a construction company. Because of the certified individuals, everyone knows their role and expectations within the company and exactly how teams need to work together to bring about the positive changes. Do share this video with your friends in construction industry and let me know on what topic I should make my next video. I am a Lean and Six Sigma certified Master Black Belt, have implemented Lean in many construction industries and would like to invite you to my Lean construction training programs. The world we have created is the product of our own thinking, and we cannot improve the world without improving our thinking. The long-term chronic problems of manufacturing companies like low productivity, lower machine efficiency, high rework, high inventories, high product wastage can't be solved using only experience, logic and intuition. You might be a good operations person, a good engineer or an excellent operator, but you need to have basic knowledge and understanding of some problem solving and process improvement tools too. Here is how Lean Six Sigma can improve your processes in manufacturing. Lean Six Sigma is defined as a business improvement method that aims to maximize the shareholders' value by improving the quality, speed, customer satisfaction, and reduce the costs. It merges tools and principles from both Lean and Six Sigma to do this. It has become the most popular business strategies for deploying continuous improvement in the manufacturing industries. With its help, you can make sure that only essential steps remain in a process. The moment I say Lean Six Sigma techniques, high quality, low cost, increased profits, and customer satisfaction should automatically come to your mind. It is very rightly said that machines are mere pieces of metal if they cannot be made efficient. Lean Six Sigma helps you to do this. What is the core of Lean Six Sigma? It's DMAC. Yes. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. It helps you to reduce the existing problems with unknown causes. Here we train the staff of the manufacturing units as the green belts and black belts, and they convert all the problems into improvement projects. So now the difficulties become opportunities. Then they complete these projects and get certified. It's a win-win for both the organization and the employees. Now, how does Lean Six Sigma decrease the cost? Shijo Shingo said that the most hazardous waste is the waste that we do not recognize. Firstly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on removing the 7 wastes like overproduction, transportation, inventory, etc. from a process. In manufacturing sector, this step can lower the cost of a process by leaps and bounds. Secondly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on solving the problems caused by a process. Here we focus on the processes, not on people, because we believe that 85% of the problems are due to the processes and not due to the people. Defects in your product can cost your organization a fortune. So the focus is on reducing the defects by focusing on the processes. Let me talk about some Lean Six Sigma tools that can be used in manufacturing. Value stream mapping, Kanban, 5S, cause and effect analysis, control charts, DMAC, 5 Whys, Kaizen, hypothesis tests, etc., etc., etc. Let us talk about a few. 5S. A well-organized workplace becomes important if you want to eliminate waste and reduce the errors. 5S is the way to do that. Control charts. By understanding the control charts, you can understand the difference between the common causes and special causes. For special causes, you take immediate action, and for common causes, you take long-term actions. Kanban. It is a visualizing tool on maximizing the flow of goods and work without unnecessary inventory or transportation. Then we have 5 Whys. Ask why 5 times and you will get to the root cause of the problem. Hypothesis tests. They establish the relationship between the outputs and inputs, and you can get the root cause with 95% confidence. Value stream mapping.
It is used for defining and assessing the movement of the raw materials from the beginning of the process to delivery to the customer. It is a way in which the current state of a process is documented and the future state is visualized. If you want in-depth knowledge about all the tools and techniques, you can always join my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt training programs. So that was about Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing. I hope you have got a clear picture about why Lean Six Sigma is so important in the manufacturing industry. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss out on our important updates on the tools and techniques of Lean and Six Sigma and even project management. Happy learning! How can Lean and Six Sigma...
Hi, I'm Amitabh Saxena, an Anexas Master Black Belt. Every sector needs to meet certain standards and customer expectations on quality, but this is specifically true for telecommunication industry. The businesses are becoming so competitive that if a company fails to meet the expectations of its customers, it will directly impact its sales and reputation. To gain an edge over your competition, you need to improve your efficiency, reduce the defects, reduce errors, increase the customer satisfaction, and increase profits. Seems impossible? It is definitely not impossible. Let's see how we can make it possible using Lean Six Sigma in telecommunication. At Anexas, we have completed many Lean Six Sigma projects for our telecommunication clients. Some of the projects are reducing the billing errors, timeliness of billing, reducing complaints resolution time, increasing circle market share, improving the call completion ratio, which is a result of network quality, timeliness and quality of new schemes that are launched from time to time, improving ARPU, that is average revenue per unit, reducing customer churn, and improving sales productivity. In the telecom industry, Lean Six Sigma can be instrumental in identifying the issues on time. Let me talk about two projects and the tools used in them. The first one is about a telecom company where the order error rate for order provisioning campaigns was 20%. Lean Six Sigma project was taken up by the trained black belts and they used DMAC methodology of define, measure, analyze, improve and control. Cause and effect diagram was used to brainstorm on all the potential causes, and Pareto analysis, that is 80-20 principle, narrowed down the causes to a vital few, which were incorrect code assignment, duplicate orders, incompatible orders accepted, order entry errors, and code errors. These causes were validated using box plots, scatter plots, and hypothesis tests. Use of FMEA, which is a method of taking preventive actions so that you don't commit an error, along with brainstorming techniques like 635, successfully brought down the order error rate to just 0.5%. This saved $10 million for the company and reduced the customer complaints by 90%. The telecom company has been able to sustain these improvements over the last 5 years using control charts. The second project is about a mobile services provider in Europe and Middle East which faced an issue of value-added services reversal in prepaid connections. DMAC project was undertaken by trained black belts. Root cause analysis and hypothesis tests revealed customer service agents were erroneously deactivating value-added services while providing customer service. Pokayoke was utilized to prevent such mistakes. Oh, what is Pokayoke? Yeah, it is a way to devise a system in a way that even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. 5 whys diagram was used where we ask why 5 times to get to the root causes. FMEA was used to find the possible causes of such failure modes in the entire range of customer service activities. Round-robin brainstorming generated many ideas to bring inadvertent errors down. Additional audits were initiated to prevent manual errors which were difficult to eliminate. The change in VAS service was made impossible without customers' recorded concurrence. As 100% recording was initiated, each case became verifiable and led to increased consciousness among the agents. Reduction in VAS reversal complaints led to not only an additional revenue of $5 million, but also resulted in higher customer satisfaction, which contributed to increase in market share of the company to make it #1 in the region. I hope now you understand how important Lean Six Sigma is in the telecom industry. Happy learning! Confused about Lean and Six Sigma? Here is everything you need to know. Let me start with the training objectives. The first one is to educate you in Lean Six Sigma. Our main objective is to provide you with the right education. When you give your hard-earned money to anyone for anything, your priority must be to get the best results out of it. I understand that, and in fact, everyone here at Anexas believes in that, and this is why we keep quality of training as our highest priority. Second one is to enable you to improve processes. When you think about Lean Six Sigma, process improvement should be the first thing that should come to your mind. Identification of risks, errors, defects in a process and removing them is what LSS aims to do. The third one is to make you a star performer. To elaborate a little bit more, being a Lean Six Sigma Green and Black Belt will signify that you are capable of helping your organization reduce risk and eliminate errors and defects. You can improve business processes and sustain quality improvement since LSS is flexible in every domain. Your worth will increase in every industry. You would gain hands-on experience in quality management and much more. Now let me tell you if Lean Six Sigma can be a good career. If I go on to explain how good a career Lean Six Sigma can be, then you will have to listen to me for the next 2 hours. But let me keep it short and explain the career opportunities in LSS. You can be a process improvement manager, Lean Six Sigma consultant, more efficient, operations manager, quality director, chief quality officer, healthcare quality specialist, lean manufacturing engineer, process development engineer, compliance structural engineer, reliability engineers, operating system specialist, senior IT project manager, data scientist, project engineer, director, performance excellence, etc. etc. Now, let me tell you how we provide the training. The first one is learn from home. All our trainings are conducted online currently, so you can sit at your home comfortably and get trained to become a professional green or black belt. I have an experience of 30 years in this field and I can proudly say that I am the best person you can learn LSS from. Next is, certificates provided by Anexas are valid internationally. But during the training, we focus on learning the concepts, tools and techniques and everything that the course has to offer. I believe that certificates can be provided from anywhere, but gaining knowledge and the right guidance cannot be provided by everyone. And the third point is, all courses provided by Anexas are practical. We do not simply explain the concepts on paper and move on. We teach you how to implement those techniques in projects and in real life. So, if anyone asks you whether you know how to use these techniques in real life, you can proudly say yes. We offer weekday and weekend trainings. Everything is at your convenience. So all you have to do is to set your mind on your target and leave all your worries to us. So what are you waiting for? Join me in Lean Six Sigma training and let us work together to give you the best future you deserve. Lean and Six Sigma is an improvement methodology which reduces costs, defects, errors, cycle times and increases the customer satisfaction, resulting in better efficiency and higher profits. In short, it does whatever a CEO or a shareholders want. It is used in all domains, be it manufacturing, services, oil and gas, IT, construction, banking, healthcare, textile, telecom, BPO and whatnot. Here, we convert the improvement opportunities in the organizations to projects and train people like you who are working in these processes as green belts and black belts who execute those projects in 5 phases: define, measure, analyze, improve and control. In define phase, we set the direction for improvement by writing a problem and goal statement and forming a project team. In measure, we collect the data and understand how the process is performing.
In analyze, we analyze the root causes, we map the process, identify the waste, use cause and effect diagram, Pareto analysis, graphical analysis, and hypothesis tests. In improve phase, we generate ideas to take care of root causes using lots of tools like brainstorming, mistake proofing, FMEA, etc. And in control phase, we sustain the improvements for a long time by using process management and control charts. To become a black belt, you just need to know addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and of course, a lot of fire in the belly. Do I need to tell you that? Of course, it is Anexas where professionalism meets fun and where people fall in love with statistics and process improvement. Well, that's what our clients tell us. And we take pride in telling that we are the best. If you are not doing Six Sigma with us, then you are missing something. How can Lean and Six Sigma be used in IT? I have implemented Lean and Six Sigma in many IT organizations, and each of them have given different benefits. But three benefits have been common to all organizations, and they are improvement in customer satisfaction, reduction of costs, and reduction of cycle times and project delivery times. When applied to IT operations, Lean Six Sigma aims to measure and improve both internal processes such as network speed and reliability and external processes like server response time, etc. Other projects which I have executed in IT industries are reduction of defect density and reduction of issues, on-time project delivery, reduction of rework, improvement of IT help desk services by reducing both time and errors. Lean Six Sigma also helps you to quantify the benefits of IT projects which are implemented within the organization. The Lean Six Sigma tools also help you to improve IT support services. How do we do that? By training the staff of IT companies to use Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques and apply DMAC methodology, that is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. They convert the improvement opportunities in the company to Lean Six Sigma projects and complete them to achieve their certifications as green belts and black belts. So they identify the opportunities, they convert them into the projects, and these employees, after applying Lean Six Sigma tools and techniques, improve the process and get certified. So it's a win-win situation. Lean Six Sigma helps to integrate the process excellence in an IT organization's culture to achieve CMM level 5 too. Now you may ask, strategically, what is the impact on IT organizations after implementing Lean and Six Sigma? My answer would be, Lean Six Sigma improves the efficiency of your business and processes, improves the quality of the services you provide, increases the return on investment, improves workforce productivity, and reduces the project completion times. Overall, it helps the organization to deliver faster and more accurate results. To give you examples, some of the tools which have yielded excellent results are use of FMEA. It has resulted in identifying the mistakes and also preventing those mistakes from occurring. Use of control charts have helped many organizations to find the special causes and appropriately take action on it. And then identifying the difference between the common causes and special causes, these organizations have been able to take long-term improvement projects. Kano model has been used to classify the customer requirements into must-haves, good to have, and nice to have, and that has also helped the voice of customer conversion to CTQ, the critical to quality characteristics, the important characteristic, what the customer is looking for. 5 whys, it has helped many organizations to get to the root causes of many issues. So what are you waiting for? Get your Lean Six Sigma certification from Anexas right now. As they say, better late than never.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Saxena, an Anexas Master Black Belt. Every sector needs to meet certain standards and customer expectations on quality, but this is specifically true for telecommunication industry. The businesses are becoming so competitive that if a company fails to meet the expectations of its customers, it will directly impact its sales and reputation. To gain an edge over your competition, you need to improve your efficiency, reduce the defects, reduce errors, increase the customer satisfaction, and increase profits. Seems impossible? It is definitely not impossible. Let's see how we can make it possible using Lean Six Sigma in telecommunication. At Anexas, we have completed many Lean Six Sigma projects for our telecommunication clients. Some of the projects are reducing the billing errors, reducing complaints resolution time, increasing circle market share, improving the call completion ratio, which is a result of network quality, timeliness and quality of new schemes that are launched from time to time, improving ARPU, that is average revenue per unit, reducing customer churn, and improving sales productivity. In the telecom industry, Lean Six Sigma can be instrumental in identifying the issues on time. Let me talk about two projects and the tools used in them. The first one is about a telecom company where the order error rate for order provisioning campaigns was 20%. Lean Six Sigma project was taken up by the trained black belts, and they used DMAC methodology of define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Cause and effect diagram was used to brainstorm on all the potential causes, and Pareto analysis, that is 80-20 principle, narrowed down the causes to a vital few, which were incorrect code assignment, duplicate orders, incompatible orders accepted, order entry errors, and code errors. These causes were validated using box plots, scatter plots, and hypothesis tests. Use of FMEA, which is a method of taking preventive actions so that you don't commit an error, along with brainstorming techniques like 635, successfully brought down the order error rate to just 0.5%. This saved $10 million for the company and reduced the customer complaints by 90%. The telecom company has been able to sustain these improvements over the last 5 years using control charts. The second project is about a mobile services provider in Europe and Middle East which faced an issue of value-added services reversal in prepaid connections. DMAC project was undertaken by trained black belts. Root cause analysis and hypothesis tests revealed customer service agents were adding services while providing customer service. Pokayoke was utilized. Oh, what is Pokayoke? Yeah, it is a way to devise a system in a way that even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. 5 whys diagram was used where we ask why 5 times to get to the root causes. FMEA was used to find the possible causes of such failure modes in the entire range of customer service activities. Round-robin brainstorming generated many ideas to bring inadvertent errors down. Additional audits were initiated to prevent manual errors which were difficult to eliminate. The change in VAS service was made impossible without customers' recorded concurrence. As 100% recording was initiated, each case became verifiable and led to increased consciousness among the agents. Reduction in VAS reversal complaints led to not only an additional revenue of $5 million, but also resulted in higher customer satisfaction, which contributed to increase in market share of the company to make it number 1 in the region. I hope now you understand how important Lean Six Sigma is in the telecom industry. Happy learning. Hi, I am Anexas Master Black Belt Amitabh Saxena, and let me talk about importance of Lean and Six Sigma in healthcare. Lean Six Sigma concepts are used in industries all over the world to improve a process, eliminate waste, and reduce defects. In the healthcare industry, defects not only affect revenue and customer satisfaction, but they signify the difference between life and death. Lean Six Sigma is critically important in healthcare because it helps in reducing defects that can result in medical errors. There are so many challenges in the healthcare industry, like an aging population, shortage of workers, increasing litigation, and many more that require long-term improvement. Because healthcare industry deals with saving lives, errors cannot be accepted at any cost. So, how does Lean Six Sigma really help? With the help of Lean Six Sigma, you can shorten the waiting times in hospitals. The lesser the people wait, the efficient the hospitals will become. Reduce medication errors and even try to completely eliminate them. Improve turnaround time for lab results. Provide better care at lower costs. Ensure that the medical staff makes fewer errors. Reduce mortality rates, improve patient care, improve quality, and improve overall patient experience. How can you do that? By training the staff as green belts and black belts and allowing them to do improvement projects. Lean Six Sigma training and certification in healthcare provides the tools needed to address the challenges at various levels. It is a time for the healthcare industry to utilize Lean Six Sigma methods to its fullest and drastically change the healthcare industry for the better. Don't you want to be a part of the industry where patients are happier, physicians want to work for you, the cost is as low as possible, and at the same time efficiency is high? If your answer is yes, then Lean Six Sigma is your choice. We have implemented Lean Six Sigma in more than 25 hospitals worldwide, including too. There are so many stakeholders in construction industry. The customer and the users of your building or construction, the project organization, the contractors, and the staff at the construction site. Lean has something for everyone. Of course, our primary objective is to satisfy the customers, both external and internal, so you can reduce the project delays and quality defects in your organization. You can improve the safety of the employees at the construction site, reduce the inspection times and non-compliances, drastically cut down on the rework resulting from errors. We have even reduced the architectural designing time in many cases to almost 50% of the original time by eliminating the wastes in the process. Once a process has been perfected with the lean methods, there are safeguards as well as checks and balances put into place to ensure that this efficiency continues through the life of a building or structure that has been constructed. In this particular industry, errors mean danger and extremely costly rework using expensive raw materials. Confused about Lean and Six Sigma? Here is everything you need to know. Let me start with the training objectives. The first one is to educate you in Lean Six Sigma. Our main objective is to provide you with the right education. When you give your hard-earned money to anyone for anything, your priority must be to get the best results out of it. I understand that, and in fact, everyone here at Anexas believes in that, and this is why we keep quality of training as our highest priority. Second one is to enable you to improve processes. When you think about Lean Six Sigma, process improvement should be the first thing that should come to your mind. Identification of risks, errors, defects in a process and removing them is what LSS aims to do. The third one is to make you a star performer. To elaborate a little bit more, being a Lean Six Sigma Green and Black Belt will signify that you are capable of helping your organization reduce risk and eliminate errors and defects. You can improve business processes and sustain quality improvement since LSS is flexible in every domain. Your worth will increase in every industry. You would gain hands-on experience in quality management and much more. Now,
okay, so thanks a lot. Thanks everyone for attending today's session. I have tried to answer some of the questions in Q&A. Some of the questions I'm not able to answer, but I have answered during the session. So thanks a lot, and we'll wait for you to join our session. And we'll now close the training. Shikhar, are you there still? We'll resolve. Yeah, you cannot. So some of you are finding it difficult to get the link. So don't worry. because a lot of people have accessed the link, so maybe it's not working for some time. So we'll resolve all the matters. You can write to us. There is a link given here, and you can always work on this. You can just write to us on email if you're finding it difficult at niranjan@anexas.net, and he'll be able to resolve the niranjan@anexas.net. Please write to him. Yeah, Shikhar, are you still there? Shikhar is facing some difficulties. Okay, please get back to Shikhar. I think he's having some issues. Okay, thanks a lot. And yeah, we will, if you have any questions, you can write. Our team will be here for some time, but if no questions, then we can wind up the session. Okay. Thank you.